Salam alaikum with magic and welcome. I am Nin Kamami Kare, your host for this shadow rotation, the 24th of May, 2024 of the 3-day full licorice / flower moon live. The moderator for this rotation is Naya Shajare. Now I will begin with the reading of our pledge. Begin all acts, breathing, and thinking by saying Kalum / all, by way of the infinity flame of the dwellers enthroned in the flower of fire, by way of a universal traveler, dweller - emperor, Samhu, Amini - Ray, quote, Adeloyi, end quote, Zen Uru, smiley face. The pledge of the imperial and imperial royal flags for the imperial CMYE-IRK Republic, for the country of United States, small s, as I stand beneath our sacred imperial and imperial royal flags, I vow loyalty and obedience as I watch them fly to the imperial laws of our imperial constitution that governs our imperial royal empire. To this cause, I hold my head up high. With honor, I pledge to protect and defend all within the imperial royal kingdom, both family and friend, to ensure that all have their equal rights. To this cause, I will lay down my very life as I stand beneath our sacred imperial royal and national flags. I vow loyalty, sincerity, and integrity with zeal, as I will so mote it be. Chant the enchantment, and it is done. Chant the enchantment, and it is done. Chant the enchantment, and it is done. Ashe, so be it, so it is. It definitely shall be. Quote, Zen Uru and power we shall have, end quote. Thank you. Yeesh, smiley face. Know thyself, smiley face.
The Maya land. It's all ancient land. Go all the way back to go back. So you see it on your right travel back, international travel back. Goes all the way back. That's showing your ancestors where you come from since you stepped on the scene. So now you get your appointment and your arrival is on 31st. And now you get
Am I the only one that can't see? Okay.
All them. Now the moon forces a connection. You can. It's all wash shotgun. The Maya land. It's all ancient land. Go all the way back to go back. So you see it on your right travel back, international travel back. Goes all the way back. That's showing your ancestors where you come from since you stepped on the scene. And so now you get your appointment and your arrival is on 31st. And now you get a hurricane that always shows up, you know. Katrina, I called all them. Man, the moon used to bet, peace be upon him. Well, he had to wait on me now, but me in the room used to bet, because he said, how you do that? And I said, I'll be like in the vision, and a tear come. And wherever that tear drop, that's where a hurricane stop. Then he'll show me where it's going. So we just lose our time. So on this one, you know, all of a sudden, you know, you get this mass created, and you got to look at the timing of the universe. And everything had just came in all of a sudden 8-9 days ago, and now you at this point where it was gonna hit land, and then all of a sudden it stopped, then it moved back, and went out, and now it went around the land, and then you see how it sat there for confirmation of a lot of travels. I done did it in Tampa, all the way up down the East Coast. Years.
Oh shit. Here we go again.
I didn't come through that. Okay, what happened?
Y'all know that was my fault. I logged in on another device and I forgot the recording was on that side. My bad. But we can get back to the video. Y'all do a double take. How about that? Everybody quiet.
Like a little magic. I apologize for the interruption.
I know, I got it. I already told him.
Okay. We appreciate your patience.
You start back over. The Mayan land. It's all, of course, it's a connection. You can tell it's all wash the Mayan land. It's all ancient land. Going back to the Omad. So you see it on your right trout back, international trout back. Goes all the way back. That's showing your ancestors where you come from since you stepped on the scene. And so now you at your appointment and your arrival is on 31st. And now you get a hurricane that's always shows up, Katrina, I called all them. Man, the moon used to bet, peace be upon him. Well, he had to wait on me now, but man, the moon used to bet, because he said, how you do that? And I said, I'll be like in a vision, and a tear come. And wherever that tear drop, that's where a hurricane stop. Then they show me where it's going, so we just lose our time. So on this one, all of a sudden, you get this mass created, and you got to look at the timing of the universe. And everything had just came in all of a sudden 8-9 days ago, and now you at this point where it was gonna hit land, and then all of a sudden it stopped, then it moved back and went out, and now it went around the land, and then you see how it sat there for 7 to 48 hours and just built, and now it's coming up to hit a date, to hit the land on a certain date with the speed of the wind and what's going on with the front coming in, and it's going to hit on your Earth Day and then cross the land on your Earth Day and exit the land on your Earth Day on 31st of North Carolina, Sunset Beach of that Earth. So that's just confirmation of a lot of travels. I done did it in Tampa, all the way up down the East Coast. Years.
Oh shit. Here we go again.
Smiley face.
Indeed, indeed, indeed.
Yay. Smiley face.
Yeah.
And now I have the honor, the privilege, and pleasure to present to you a universal traveler, dweller dash emperor, full colon, Sam Hu, and mini dash Ray, quote, Adelo Yi, end quote. Salam alaikum and magic, emperor.
Salam alaikum, magic. Imperial Minister. Good day to you. How you be?
I'll be wonderful. I'll be enjoying this full moon energy.
Oh, yeah, it's real nice.
Awesome.
Good.
We have a wonderful show planned. So, you have any questions or comments before we get into it?
Oh, just the video you just showed, um, these people out there on the market and gets them all upset, so they start sending out crazy videos. So I just made sure they can see this one again, right? Because they have an issue with Drew Ali being the fifth Marquis de Masson Rouge. They want to call him a prophet as if they worship him or something. You feel me? So let's just set the record straight before we get going. That's what you want to do. That's fine. Okay. We don't need none of it over here. Okay. Drew Ali is in the jurisdiction of the Royal House of Tunica. I got the facts. It's on record. Now you can get out and listen to whoever, write whatever, and say whatever. But the whole Drew Ali thing is under my house. So there ain't nobody no more America, all that stuff over. It happened in his time. Well, his time ended when he died. All right? Let's set the record straight. Followers came along and preached that and attached themselves to the charter. It's just a charter. So you're a religious sect. Set your standards, create something without all this madness out here and this jealousy, because I got mine on facts. All right, so let's get that out of the way, okay? And I yield.
Awesome, thank you. Now, so please be certain to all our listening audience on the Zoom, be certain that after each presentation, we will allow for questions, comments, and accolades and concerns. Therefore, we ask that you adhere to the following house rules. We ask that you keep your mics muted and videos off unless you are speaking. We ask that you speak clearly and respectfully when addressing His Imperial Majesty. For those logged into Zoom, we ask that you use the raise hand feature, and please wait for the moderator to call your appellation, your name, prior to speaking. Please state your appellation, your name clearly before asking your question. Please limit your question to a maximum of 2 to allow times for others to present their questions. And lastly, please focus on the subject at hand. Thank you in advance for your attention and cooperation. Here we go, y'all. And I, again, am Ninkamami Ka, your virtual host for this Shadow Hour. And we also have Naya Shajar Ray, that is our moderator. So let's go. All right, of course, this is presented by the Imperial IIEHU University. And this is the flower / licorice full moon, which is an IIEHU broadcast. Starts at 1700, 5 p.m. And this is the third day, 22, 23, 24, May 2024. Now, what is really important, this is our first year. And started at the new moon for May is the second month for the Imperial CMYE-IRK Republic for the country of United States. And we'll get into that later, but we got our own rotation guide. All right. So the Sovereign Emperor, the Sovereign Imperial Royal Empire presents the incarnation of Sam Hu, Amini-Ray on Ta-Mother Earth as his imperial majesty, parentheses, H.E.M. full colon, who decrees and grants limited delegated authority to all nominationals, non-executive directors, NEDs, and non-directors, NDs, who are skilled and qualified to operate a sovereign republic state jurisdiction. The purpose is to implement and advance the modalities of sovereign governance, commerce, and cultural variegations for the properly formed and operational sovereign republic state pursuant to the imperial CMYE-IRK Republic for the country of United States and States, small s, parentheses, ECMYE-IRKR, in parentheses. Today, we showcase our nominational culture in harmony with the Namashi compass and the flower/licorice full moon. Sit back, absorb, and enjoy the ride each. Now, for the last 2 days, we have graced you with the biography of the emperor and had many questions. And for today, we're going to move forward with that. We ask that you revisit our YouTube videos to get the details of that. But yes. All right, our emperor. We have we can have a whole week of just explaining everything that he has done. However, one thing that he is forcing us to do is to implement our culture. So that is the main reason for this timeline, for us to showcase that we are nominationals. All right.
Also, they can go to the website and read it.
Indeed, indeed. Thank you for that. Please put that in the chat. Our YouTubers and Zoom, put the link to where that can be located. All right. Now we did go through number 2. And Emperor, I don't think you had an opportunity to comment on this particular in April when we talked about the Spanish explorer Ponce de Leon in 1513. Cited Florida and claimed it for the Spanish crown after landing at the site of the present-day St. Augustine, now the oldest city in the continental U.S. This is the anniversary of 511 years. Okay, so the Treaty of 15...
What year was that?
1513.
That's dealing with the Yamasee.
Correct.
That's the Spanish Yamasee War. We talked about that.
Okay. All righty. So
Ponce de Leon did what in?
Well, he claimed those were
he claimed it for Spain, but what year was it?
Oh, you saying the actual 1530 is when the treaty, as we understand it, that's on the record. But as far as what's the other question?
When did Ponce de Leon establish Florida under Spain?
1530.
St. Augustine in 15 when?
13.
It had to be after the war. There was a Yamasee uprising war in 1513 with the Spaniards.
Correct. So this was the devastation of his journey, what caused the Yamasee to be displaced and started the struggle as well, correct?
Okay. We just got more history on the Yamasee side. It's docked in the archives in the university.
Okay.
That we do research to get with that. Okay.
Will do.
All right. Cool.
Alrighty. We also spoke about the Empress and the lineage of the Marquis, and we also, the Empress just gave us an additional information as far as why it's so important that everyone knows who the titles belong to. All right.
I mean, yeah, because you got all these cats out here. It seemingly as if they worship Jew Ali. So it has to be the facts have to come out, and the facts is that he was treated and groomed and in that position because he was the fifth Marquis to Demas en Route. they got him as a prophet, or they put holy behind it, you know, and he never finished the mission. So he got a charter started up 2020s, started, you know, more science 13 and all that. That's great. We got in our story, but it's dealing with the fifth marquee demons on rules. But nowhere in that damn doctrine did he give them any authority to do any of the crap that they out there doing. Okay, that's a corporation charter under Illinois. Okay, all of them attach themselves to it. One want to say they got they need a sovereign, that crap up there in New York, a maximum crap. Then you got the so-called Moorish American attach themselves to it, claiming that they're coming from the Moor Science Temple, who has their own doctrine, Circle 7. But you got all these crazy Moors out here claiming to be a part of that, but they ain't never went in the damn temple. You feel me? So it's so you got to set that record straight, because you got madhouses out here with guys wearing feathers.
Indeed.
And claim to be some part of Moor or Moorish American, all that crap. That's some religious cult that we ain't got nothing to do with. All right. So it goes right back through the Empress. Because he the fifth, Empress 6. See, so they need to see the royalty of that empire, Washington, that the Empress, she the one that situated. Drew Ali didn't.
Yeah.
They cut him off too soon. Then they took the charter and made it little, whatever, sheiks or whatever they claim, the rule or control the people. Okay. All that's under, I set that record straight way back in 207, 208. So way past time, feel me? So now you coming out, all this extra stuff is coming out on the market. And you done gave everybody opportunity 2 years ago to come up and state what they want, if they had any claim or status. Okay. And ain't nobody showed up yet. So the bickering and anger management is going on out there. Just read the facts. Come to our court and prove yourself. Outside that, we ain't got time to deal with you. Okay? So that's dealing with the Empress and the Washington. Okay? So we can keep moving. Come on.
You made a very good point, because a lot of times, you know, we want, as melanated people, we always want to blame the Caucasians for the state that we're in. But as you said, Noble Drew Ali didn't have an opportunity. So there were people around him that knew that opportunity, but they, you know, we termed them black devils, turned it and hid it again, or tried to. And so the Empress, you know, that she was able to clear it up, but you know, it happened the way it was supposed to happen. Indeed.
That's why I'm the eighth marquee demon en route.
Indeed.
See, so I pick up where the fifth left off. So it ain't no argument. It's a fact, and it's already knowledge around the world. So catch up or get off. You feel me?
Indeed. All right. As we continue.
All right, where we at? We good? I yield.
Yes. As we continue, we move through April, and we had a lot going on in April, along with many things that we spoke about that we won't reiterate, but we will just display until we get to where we were. And of course, our Namashi compass is a huge part of our culture, because it gives us our guide. Our lineage is to be guided by the moon and the energy of the moon and the energy of women, which happens every 28 days. A new cycle begins. And so that's how the compass was created. So scan that code that you see on the screen, just copy it. You know, you can take a picture of it, scan it, and get your Namashi compass. All right. The gates of hell. Whew. It's been hot in here for a long time. Ever since those gates have been opened, we know the magic. We see the magic. We feel the magic. And so we're continuing on with it. All right. And of course, Barack Obama knows the magic too, as we have discussed. In a summary of our celestial occurrences, we spoke about how there's just so much going on since the beginning of our new year, right? We started off with the Cayenne. Moon was the first year of our month, and now we're into Licorice. But the April brought so many celestial occurrences, and they're continuing. One of the main reasons we have the compass as well, because we're so inundated with our phones and computers and laptops. Have an opportunity to look at the sky. Have an opportunity to look, to stretch your eyes. That's what it's for. The stars are dancing and singing to you at all times. But if you're not even conscious that is happening, you won't be able to manifest anything with the magic that it's bringing. Any questions or comments about that? All right. Ooh, this was juicy, y'all. I think this is where we ended last shadow. Is that correct?
Correct.
Yeah, dealing with George Washington. So we are here to say his wish was not granted, right? And this record, just showed how they continue to try to hide our lineage, and not just Caucasians, but melanated individuals back in the day as well. But everybody knows the all caps is a corporation, and prior to that, it was not. All right, makes sense? Okay. Now we are in the second month of our Namashi compass, which is our 13-month calendar, which is called Licorice, and it's the energy of the turtle. Okay, so Licorice. The Earth constellation has a huge impact on both our physical and mental state, and it plays a crucial role in our everyday life. Balancing Taurus energy makes one strong, confident, and stable. Licorice root, nicknamed quote unquote black gold, is associated with Taurus because of its grounding and stability. Just like a trusty turtle, people born under Taurus are known for enjoying the finer things in life, and licorice root was once a fancy treat. Next time you indulge in licorice, remember to channel your inner turtle. The totem resembles a turtle shell, representing patience and perseverance. Appreciate the good things while staying patient and grounded. Licorice soothes sore throats, aids digestion, and flavors candy. Licorice tea can be enjoyed hot or cold. 1 teaspoon of dried licorice root and 1 cup of water is the recipe. Now, we're not talking about the licorice that you buy in Family Dollar or the store that look red or black. You have to go to a herb store to actually get it. And as you can see, every plant, it has a root, it has a leaf, it has flowers, it has seeds. All of those we within our Nama culture, learn how to utilize for our benefit. And also, if you look in the sky, this is the constant. Well, we're going into Gemini constellation now, but if you look up at the sky, you don't have to wait. If you understand how to read the sky, you don't have to wait for someone to tell you what time of day or what time of season it is or what time of the energy is, right? Okay.
Right.
So one of the things that we also resonate with in the month is a particular metal. So the one that resonates with the licorice month is copper. Now, copper is a fascinating element that holds significance not only in the physical world, but also in the spiritual and mental realms. Its grounding and stability resonates with the Taurian personality and turtle totem, making it a powerful tool for those seeking to connect with their inner strength, creativity, and love for life's finer things. Essentially, for bodily functions, Copper is vital trace mineral, necessary for the production of red blood cells, maintaining healthy bones and nerves, supporting the immune system, and aiding iron absorption. Energy production. Copper plays a role in converting sugar into usable energy for the body's processes. Collagen formation. Copper helps form collagen, a protein that keeps bone, skin, and connective tissues strong and elastic. Mental and emotional benefits. Brain function. Copper is crucial for neurotransmitter production, which influences mood, focus, and cognitive function. Emotional well-being. Balanced copper levels are linked to emotional stability and can contribute to feelings of happiness and optimism. Spiritual benefits. Energy conductor. In many cultures, copper is seen as a conductor of spiritual energy. It's believed to amplify intuition and psychic abilities. Emotional balance. Copper is associated with the sacral chakra, which governs creativity, sensuality, and emotional well-being. It's thought to promote emotional balance and grounding. Yay! Who got their copper on? Who got their copper on? Any comments, questions?
Yeah, we got a couple questions here, Phil.
Okay.
The first question is why a 13-month system?
Haha. I love that question. So, for one, right after the spring equinox every year, following the new moon visits 13 constellations, and then it repeats that cycle. And in each constellation it visits, the moon has a cycle, 8 cycles within that lasts 28 days, give or take, based off of, it could be a little later because everything is fluid. So that's why it's 13. They actually took away the 13th month. Actually, internationally, they're actually going back to the 13-month calendar where Saturday is, I think Sunday is the end of the week. They're doing something different. Well, they actually have it where the extra month happens after the summer solstice, and they call it Sol. And some ancient calendars you can actually see, and we did report, if you look back on, I think our April presentation, we kind of show that information. It's going detail about the different cultures that actually use the 13-month calendar because it was more in tune with the moon. Now, when you get into another part of a culture, at the end of November, they call it a magical time of the year because it's literally a magical time of the year for manifestation. So right after that, there's a constellation. The constellation has a high vibration, so it's not very visible, but it's there, right? And so with that vibration brings the opening of the realms, where the spirit realm and the physical realm is very thin during that time. And that happens at the end of November, and it lasts all the way to December 18th. And again, it's fluid. So, and we don't use the time. So we're adjusting or transitioning out of the Gregorian time. So sometimes it might not match exactly, right? Because everything is fluid. Now, if you look at the times that we're focused on outwardly, it's a magical time of year. Get your get your candy canes, get your Christmas trees, get your Thanksgiving. Make sure you focus on everybody else. It's a time for giving to everybody but yourself, right? During that time.
Right.
So, but that's the time where you're supposed to really get into yourself. It's the earth is calm during that time, but everybody hustling, trying to get presents and trying to do this. So society has made sure that they capitalize off that magical time, making sure they have your focus or your attention. So we added a month during that particular time. That's why we added our month. And you can look it up. They call it Ophiuchus, or some cultures call it Serpentorius. So we call it, we call it sage for our month, and we have a dragon as our symbol. But Serpentorius, when you look at the serpent energy and you go into the Nigas were the protectors of the serpent, right? They were like the babies from the serpent energy, and they knew the secret to death. So serpent energy is like regenerative energy. Is you can always regenerate yourself, and that's what snakes are known for. So we incorporate that within our culture. Another reason, if you actually look at, they put it right in your face. If you actually look at the astrological signs, you will see that, you look at I'm sorry, not the astrological signs, the months of the year. So SEP, right? It's the 9th month, but everyone knows SEP means 7, right? Oct means 8, but it's the 10th month. And we can go on and on, right? So, and also the astrology, Pisces is literally the last constellation. So why isn't the Gregorian, our calendar, in sync with the constellations? But they tell you that Pisces is the last constellation, right? So they tell you, but we just take things at face value, and now we are putting together our own culture that makes sense for us. So that's why we have, I know that was a lot, but that's why we have 13 months.
No, that was good. That was a good explanation. All right, so then the next question is, how were you guided and able to pick the Nama totems that correspond with each month?
Mm-hmm. Well, I am a certified natural healer. I'm also a metaphysicist. And so I consulted with different astrologers and did my research in order to come up with, it wasn't nothing just done arbitrarily, right? So everything is connected. So I did extensive research to find out there's literally every constellation, as the moon goes into that constellation, there's certain herbs, and these are just some of them. I had to pick out which ones I thought that would probably resonate, or people would enjoy getting more familiar with. But licorice isn't the only one. But these particular ones, they literally align with what's going on in this constellation. So each herb was chosen based off that, as well as the metals as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that's good because most people don't realize, especially with the metals, the herbs, you may understand that it's a plant and it grows in certain seasons, but people don't realize the metals of the earth as well grow. So do crystals, and they correspond to certain seasonal and celestial events that happen that cause them to grow and spawn. So that was good. Appreciate that. And now you got a question from the chat. It says, how did the name come about?
The Namashi compass.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so Nama is who we are, and it's a marrying of all the indigenous races that we represent. The first is Nuberian, right? That's the N. The A is Al Moroccan, right? The M is Moorish Yamashi American Native. And then the last is Amur Washita, the Dugdamanya. So that's who we are, Nama, right? So the she, right? She is energy. So that's where the she comes. And then compass. So our Namashi compass is literally a guide for us. Let's see. Get back to it. Get back. Show it. Where do we take it? Okay. So it's a guide. So I'll read this to give us the Namashi compass serves as a revitalized ancient sacred circle, namatized to bring awareness to the subtle vibrations of air, earth, water, fire, and ether. Everything is vibrating energy. Like an ocean of frequencies, our thoughts, emotions, and actions are ripples in the ocean. Your attention is your currency. Put value on what you give your attention to. The first new moon after the spring equinox, the earth spirals around the sun for approximately 364 days, revisiting 13 constellations. In sync with all tides of the earth, the moon shines and hides in a series of 8 phases for 13 consecutive months. Each moon month carries a she, a vibration/frequency. The Namashi compass is a gauge of these frequencies and provides the best times to ritualize practices to honor space, energy, self, earth, and ether. I just love it every time I read that. Because it took us a long time to get here. It's definitely a legacy project, and I'm so grateful to be able to share it. We have to get back in tune. We are earth keepers. We're creating tools to help us be those earth keepers we need to be. Does that answer that question?
No, that was good. All right, so we got a couple more. All right, so I'll go to the chat first and then I'll end with the question I had. All right, so it says you got 2 questions from the chat. According to the Namashi compass, what year is it at the moment? And when can we acquire a Namashi compass next time for the following year?
Well, the following year, right now, so technically we are the full moon. So we're right in the middle of it, right? So the full moon is always in the middle. It starts with the new moon, right? And then refer back to the April, because we go in detail as far as how to read the calendar. But we're technically in the middle of Licorice right now, because the new moon, the full moon, because every 7 days the moon goes through a different cycle, and it's a different energy. And so those are energies that we need to capitalize off of, right? Like if you're supposed, like during a new moon, you should, cleanse, there's some cleansing. You shouldn't be cleansing during a time when you should be grateful and receiving, right? You could be cleansing out all of your everything that you want, right? So there's a lot of things. Everything is energy. So we have to get more in tune with understanding our own energy, because it's connected to everything. We're connected to one another, but we've been so far removed, but everything is vibration. So in order for us to even be able to exist in the new vibration earth, you have to understand frequency so you can raise your vibrational frequency. Because there's going to be a time where, there's a low vibration, a high vibration, and they're not going to exist in the same frequency anymore. So either you're going to be on the high vibration or you're going to be on low vibration. They say that date is June 3rd, but we'll see, because everything, every planet aligns. I think it's June 3rd. Every planet aligns, and they say that's when the split happened. If you're on high vibration, you're going to go to the high earth. If you're on the low vibration, you're going to stay to the low earth.
Right.
And those within the low earth, they don't get an opportunity to regenerate or go back up. That's it for them. They doing away with the low vibrations. Hey, Aquarian age, if we come, we in it, y'all.
Yeah. Real quick, so this question kind of sparked a different type of question, but along the same lines, maybe you or the protector could. So it says we're in year 2024, but as we come along, will that year change to like a year 1 HEA, here ever after, or HEM, during the reign of His Imperial Majesty? You know what I'm saying? Something along those lines. Will we reset that? Because I see this compass and I'm like, yo, we're bringing our time in. You feel me? So
Right.
when he asked that question, that kind of sparked that, like, interesting. because everybody set their years to whatever, you know, during their time and their rule. So since we got our own time span, that was just a question.
Yeah, so that's a think tank because our compass is in its infancy stage or nascent stage. Those are different things because we also have a clock,
Right.
we also have so there's a lot of detail, like each one of these months. Next year has been asked for each month that you would have an actual page for each month, and we have all the sovereign observers. So every year we will create another one because there's different there's so many different things that can be done for us to stay in tune. So we definitely, this is for this year, but the months will stay the same. The herbs will stay the same for consistency because these are the things that we collaborated and decided, okay, this is what we want to have and showcase. But it's as like we'll have different recipes in there.
Right.
We might have different hand mantras in there,
Right.
because showing how to enter or yoga poses or comedic
Mhm.
poses to do within our compass. The sky's the limit as far as what, but the main thing is for us to overstand our energy and be in tune with the earth. So we know how to take care of ourselves, our family, our community, and of course, Mother Earth.
All right, so you kind of answered the question I had for the end, and you kind of answered the second question too that's in the chat, which was my question was, well, the chat question was, will crystal stones be added? And then my question was, what type of updates, you know what I'm saying, with the calendar we see? So you kind of answered mine. And to the crystals, you got the floor, Imperial Minister.
Now, so the crystals, there was a debate. Well, should we put crystals or metals, right? We thought metals because it was more prominent for people to understand that they're the periodic chart.
Right, 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 right,
So, everybody love crystals. Everybody know they amethyst. Oh, I'm June, I'm amethyst. Everybody know that already. So
Mhm.
we wanted to introduce new information that you can connect to.
Right. That's cool. And then, like you said, the think tank with the crystals, you feel me? We got a new, for us Namas, again, we got a new time scale. So, you know, you got a new birthday. That's a new gemstone. You feel me? And then as we update and we learn more about crystals, then and find out the corresponding seasons, you know, during that think tank, that could be a thought that's brought up about adding a crystal for this month. You know what I'm saying? Because the energies correspond with this crystal or what have you.
Indeed, indeed. Yeah, we definitely have many correlations that we're able to accomplish because everything is connected. You
Right.
know, we're just getting into it. But this is just a intro. Another added that I thought about was actually putting on there like every astrological sign because the moon, like every 30 days, the moon goes into your astrological sign, right? So that's the day. And when it goes into your astrological sign, you have that same energy as far as when you were born, right?
Right.
Say, so right now, the moon is in, let's see, it's in Sagittarius for 3 days, right? So any Sagittarians, this is the time where you should supposed to be, just there's so many downloads just waiting for you. You
Tap
know,
it in.
we
Right.
already know what's going on here. We already know the games. It's about raising your vibration to see what the Aquarian age. We got a whole new, as the Emperor say, a whole new rain coming in.
Whole
And
new world. Yeah, that's right.
see what the messages are. You ain't gonna get it off of TikTok. You're not gonna get it off of Instagram or Facebook. They ain't gonna tell you what's really going on, right? You got to put your feet in the earth, hug a tree, put your copper on,
Right. Right.
put licorice in your mouth, eat take them cayenne pills and
Yeah,
get
just getting back in sync. That's right.
exact. That's the perfect getting back in sync. Yep. All right. Any other questions?
Yeah, you got one last final question, which right along the lines of what you was talking about. It says, one day, can we have a Namashi compass app that will instantaneously align with our solar system, galaxy, universe, and beyond in real time?
Oh, I'm with you, bro. I'm with that is part of, you didn't put out my little secrets, but that is a part of, it's definitely going to be an app, because we have to accommodate everybody, old schoolers. No, I want it on the wall, and we have another shipment going out for anyone that has ordered. Just know it'll be going out tomorrow. Okay.
Right.
If
Cool.
you haven't received yours just yet.
Cool.
But you can scan right now, scan that code, and you can receive it. And after the summer solstice, it will go up. So right now it's still at the discount cost. So you might want to scan that in order to get that shipment. But we definitely will have a digital version to accommodate all our millennials and alpha to accommodate everybody. Yeah.
Right. Let me just say, any ideas, proposals expressed on our calls is solely ours, non-nationals, and belongs to the ECMYE-IRKR, just for the record. All right? I want nobody taking our ideas. I use the floor 30 minutes.
Well, the thing is, they, information, there's nothing new under the sun, but this was divinely created. So, it's definitely, it's copywritten and copy claimed. So if you like to just go, I wouldn't advise it.
Facts.
Wouldn't advise.
I yield.
Yeah, that's another side that you don't want to see it of. Yes, come on, Mika. Alrighty. So we went into this. Thank you so much. So yes, we are in the licorice. We're in the middle of the licorice, y'all. In the middle, right? Because every 7 days, there's a new cycle of the moon. So you have the new moon, and then 14 days after that, you have the full moon. So that's why we're in the center. Make sense?
Indeed.
All right. So yes, got that information. All right. Oh, did y'all see this one?
Let's cook. Let's go.
So on the 7th of May, right? Fifth inauguration of Vladimir Putin of Russia, where he displayed the world of more images on the walls of the Grand Kremlin Palace. And you know what? If you go online, you can't find one picture, but y'all know I got some tricks up my sleeve, and we got them, right? Some.
Right.
Any comments or questions about these pictures? How y'all like that?
Anybody got any questions? If not, I'll set it off.
What you mean? What you mean? Ain't no questions?
No, I was asking the audience if they had any questions before I asked the first question.
All right. Then what's your question?
My question is the significance, protector, of our ancestors looking down on this inauguration as he took it under them. You feel me?
Because it's all Washington land.
He had to, right?
It goes back through the Washington land. They know the original owners of the land.
Okay, gratitude.
That's why they still standing strong on their constitution and what their sovereignty. Even though the USSR had, they cut it out back in the 80s, I believe, 70s. You got Russia now and separated all the states. But even all of it is Washington land. Ukraine part of Washington land. All that's Washington territory. So by him expressing that on live, on live TV, and his coming, fifth term as president of Russia, which is his ceremony was similar to a king. If you really know what that type of them type ceremonies, you feel me?
Right.
So by him expressing, my bloodline like that, you feel me? I got to go talk to him now because I already docked that property under my venue. So y'all know what's going on with their session.
That property already is under my venue. So to see him come out and show it on live TV like that, when it's out, he knows it's under my venue because he's part of the United Nations. So he telling me to what? Come on home. Come talk to me. You feel me?
Yeah, because that would
I
be
ain't got no problem.
that would have been my next. That would have been my next question. Him doing that, being that you've sent him documents already, he kind of honoring you in doing so.
I know. That's what he said. I gotta go talk to him. You talking about your bloodline. You got more of my story than Israel.
Right.
You feel me?
I feel
And
you.
I mean, I got to check with Ethiopia, but they should be on the same level.
They are.
Okay.
Right.
And the time periods, because Ethiopia will have the older ancient scrolls, where Russia will have the more modern day per se, based on what was going on the land at that time. You feel me?
Yep.
Facts.
And you can look at when you seen the show, and then you look up at the top, they had came in and painted some beings looking like them. I mean, that just showing you that the overseer until you come out and get your seat back.
Mm.
But they knew where that seat belonged. You remember President Putin? He said back in the day, if the black man really wake up in America, he'll find out he the real Jew.
Mm-hmm.
See, that came out of Russia. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Because the one that's there, they came down from Russia.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
you see all that stuff going on. You don't see them mess with Jericho, do you?
Mm-hmm. Now you ain't heard the people about Jericho. This whole ordeal.
You ain't heard nothing about Jericho or Jerusalem. Like the two ones I got on my session. You feel me?
Right.
Right.
You got me?
Right. I got you.
All right, I yield.
I yield as well. You have the floor, Prime Minister.
All right.
We didn't talk about them pictures. Hey, we need to talk about them pictures. Oh yeah, we ain't yield just like that. Them some.
Hey, you got it.
Ooh.
And the crofts too. The crofts.
Hey,
We saw.
man, hey, he put it out like straight because
Yeah. Come talk to me, Emperor.
yeah.
Not just that, but
Hold on, what y'all say?
It said by him showing the pictures, he's like, come talk to me, Emperor.
Oh, exactly. That's why I said I gotta go talk to him. He talking about my family.
Mm-hmm.
not just that, for all of us that's on the ship, it wakes us up as well.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, because you notice in 28 January 2022, and then after that situation when I wrote the moto proprio, he came and started the damn war in February next month. So I know he heard me.
Yeah.
And that war been going on. That war been going on ever since I opened up them gates.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
You feel me?
All right.
Now you can go check the record on that one, right? And that's a fact, right?
That's a fact, Jack.
Enchantment and done.
And then where you at now with your session, and other folk on the high level, I mentioned it on live TV with the Secretary of State. You feel me?
Mm.
Boom. They know the days. They know everything. And they know what you got because it's yours. So now it's time to run the ship.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense?
That makes clear sense.
Perfect sense.
Drop. All righty. Oh, that's beautiful.
Close. Yeah, ain't it? You might see yourself, because this one down here kind of look like you, Prime Minister.
Look at that per ether.
That Josephine over there, right?
Look at this per ether. This newbie that this, Nama have right here. Over to the right.
Oh, yeah.
Per ether.
They look like on the right, Abu Hadid, when we was trying to find the picture of him. I saw that.
Real.
Does it? I mean, it kind of
it favors him. Yeah, a little bit.
him. But the second to the last, that's Moses young and then Moses old. You see?
Mm-hmm.
That's Moses, two pictures of Moses. And this one at the bottom on the third in the middle, this one was labeled King David. Yeah, this one in the smack in the middle and the bottom, that was labeled King David. And then of course the left top, Mother Mary.
Miriam.
Right. Awesome sauce. All right, next May 8th, the new moon. This was the first day of the second moon in Nama 13-month calendar. So again, as we transition, we're so accustomed to writing the dates. We are transitioning as far as just dealing with the numbers. So the first day of the month is number 1, and then 7 days after that, there's another cycle, and then another cycle. So every 7 days, we shift, we change, we evolve, based off the moon. And this is something we did before they created a calendar. How did they do it? They was checking out women when they was checking us out, right? What time is it? Josephine, what time is it? You know that
I'm a time.
they would check out the woman and they would look in the sky as far as to see what it's like. So
See here.
second month of our moon, our turtle image. All right. Number 9. Woohoo. On the left, we have a display of the Declaration of the Nationality for the Washita Moor. That's not red, right? But this is the Declaration of Nationality of Washita Moor for his for his Imperial Majesty. So his nationality is so significant. It's the reason he is the 8th Marquis, because of this nationality. He's the only one that has this nationality. And the reason why he's able to stand as he is. Okay, let me finish reading. Also on the 9th, we had the G5 geometric storm, which is considered extreme and the strongest level of solar storm. Initially hit Earth on 9 May. The cause of the storm was a large, complex sunspot cluster, 17 times the diameter of the Earth. On the 10th, also known as the Aurora Borealis, the bands of pink and green lights were seen across the UK and in parts of Europe after an extreme geomagnetic storm caused them to be more visible, according to the U.S. National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. Did y'all see it in the UK? Did y'all see it?
They had them all the way to Florida down here in America.
You're going to see it this weekend, though. Them you're going to see it in 3 days. Countdown. 2 days and about 15 hours. They're going to see it. Because they got 5 of them coming,
So this right here.
Geomagnetic storm. So.
Thank you for that. So on the far left at the bottom, this is a depiction of the geomagnetic storm that our brother Bakai was telling us to beware. There's some more coming, y'all. And at the bottom, the last 3, these are the Aurora Borealis. So if you lived in Alaska or just seen anything about it, it's a beautiful sight. The energy, everything that you see, it relates to our chakras, right? Unless, man then put something in the atmosphere that turns something. But natural occurrence.
Beautiful, your destruction.
You know how man do. So
it's so beautiful, your destruction.
Hey, you keep the 2 phoenixes and the last 2 Arroyo Borealis you got up here.
Oh, right here.
That one, and then look at the one next to it.
Yes, that one. Yep, this one over here.
Yeah, look at that.
Oh wow.
That's on the both. That's on the end of the flyers and things.
Yeah.
Man, it was done.
Yeah, it was done. That's why.
Can't
make it up, bro. It'll just be everywhere.
Put them there. I said, okay. Any questions or comments?
one on this slide for the protector. We've asked you many a times about this nationality. Is it safe to say that because you have both nationalities, if you did not have one of them, that the Yamashita Treaty, the Yamashita-Washita Treaty would have never existed? Or it would have been even harder for them to have came together? You there, protector?
The treaty. Well, he must be.
Yeah, what you say? Say it again.
Oh, I said we've asked you a lot of questions about your nationality. I said
Okay.
it's safe to say that because you were nationalized as both Washita Mer and Yamashi Mer, right? If you did not have one of those nationalities, that the treaty between the two would not have existed, and it would have been harder for it to exist, or for those two.
Well, no. The whole point was not just not taking away from nothing from de facto chief down in Georgia.
Okay.
The contracting that he had done with Chief Black Eagle with the Ancestral law and got the charter when all that was going on, and then that charter, turned into IIRK embassy.
Mm.
Okay, so from that charter, that authority that was protecting, the Ancestral law, okay, well, that has now become an embassy, and then the embassy in negotiation with the Washita, your cousins, decided to sign a treaty, create a treaty. See, so in my understanding with Crown Prince Ramsey Bay, it was that when they got the land and everything back, it was due to the Empress bloodline being traced back that she got from she went in DC and went down below the White House and got her records and carried them to Spain. And Spain got her the record, not France. But Prince Bay said that they told her they couldn't give her full faith and credit. Okay. So when she did what she did, and then she went into a coma, she made him crown prince. So he had all the authority of the empress when he created United Washita the CMYE. So then IIRK Embassy brought Chief Black Eagle in as the head chief, and we created the Yamashita Native American government after the treaty was signed. The treaty got signed 20 March 2003. See, then we created, so you see in 2003 June, that's when I did the Yamashita Mer nationality with Chief Black Eagle on there.
Right.
Because during that time, the government had authority to use his signature. He granted that to the de facto down in Georgia of what we was doing. So we can use it. You see how they messed that up.
Right.
Okay, so anyway, so when he nationalized me a double chief that you got on the line right here, that's where all them people got their nationality from. They just never seen mine. See, but two of the sitting chiefs that was appointed by Crown Prince Ramsey Bay, Chief Zakor, well, I go on and give him this. Well, no, I won't. And ain't no peace for him. But anyway, and Chris, that nigga 26,000 years in hell, trying to steal the royal bloodline. Told y'all, I ain't playing. And that time 3 now, that's 78, you feel me? So anyway, who else? That other brother that with the de facto clan, what his name? Oh, that boy name.
Canada,
it's on there. About? The other name that's on there. What that name? On the birth, on that nationality right there. What's that name right there? Maluk.
Oh.
What is that? Maluk?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he was always part of the clan, basically. So them would recognize the chief from the prince, crown prince. So they was told to nationalize me, whatever I bring to them. And that's how I brought it to them. And because I went back, got approved by the prince first, and he said, perfect. And so the Cam, the notary here, he was part of the Moed Cherokee Nation out of Charlotte. And she had her own apostille from the state of North Carolina. So he was a notary under her when she had good standing. So he's the one that notarized this thing. And that's why you see he put the seal down there because he was teaching me how to break the seal, because you got to break that boundary, because now it's trapped inside of that paperwork right there, you see? So that's when you see it broke it. So when I brought it under my vein, you see I broke it with my seals, you see? So now it's everlasting. So that's the nationality of nationalities. So all them cats, Fayetteville, all of them, that's where they got it from. The wording came from me.
Yeah, thanks.
Gratitude.
So that's when I took over the whole Washington Nation. That's why he nationalized me Chief Maku, double chief. So I'm nationalized as a chief. Not you appointed as a chief. No, I'm nationalized. I make my own damn state. So because what chief gonna come tell me he got more authority than me?
None.
That makes sense to you?
Yeah. It also makes sense why your signature holds weight when
Got all the weight.
that contract.
Full faith. Now I got the full faith credit rate.
Right.
Got everything y'all need. I told y'all come see me, come talk to me.
Had to grow. We growing.
You know, patiently waiting.
Now, Emperor, one of the most important things to that story that I think they need to hear is how insistent Prince Bey was to ensure that you were nationalized as a Washita, and how much controversy that brought. Because he
that was a war going on back then.
He knew that
so
the Emperor
that was the war. Because the embassy was, who you Lord to. I told him I ain't Lord to nobody. I'm Lord to the contract. I don't follow no man. Bread you eat don't make me shit. Excuse my French. Y'all want to call it that. So that's real talk. And I was by the contract. They want you to follow them. I'm like, where? Where you going?
They were mad
huh?
They were mad on both sides that was done.
Oh yeah. But the whole point was Crown Prince Red Bay said what? This one exists without you. Yep. They vibing on your energy. Don't trust no one. That's why you say I ain't trust none of them niggas.
Because the Yamasee wouldn't exist without the Emperor. And so so that goes back to what you were saying, Shajar.
Right.
Technically, the treaty wouldn't exist without the Emperor. Because
right.
I did not.
It was public record. It's all in the Watchdog record. Crown Prince Red Bay said on the day of the signing, 20 March 2022, 203. I couldn't get off work that day. At post office, we were battling. So, they just were not going to let me off that day. Whether they would listen to our calls or whatever, they would not let me off that day. All right. So I called Crown Prince Ramsey Bay and I said, I can't make the signing, dog. He's like, what? I said, I can't make the sign. They got me locked down. He said, all right, dog, you don't need no more trouble. He said, you don't need no more trouble. He said, all right, everybody here? All right. Thunderfire can't make it to the signing. So when I sign this treaty, it's as if he's here. And that's on record, bro. So when he signed the treaty, as if I was there. Even though I wasn't there, I was there. You feel me?
Copy that.
That's how important he wanted me on that treaty. Because the treaty wouldn't exist without me.
Right.
It was all about my energy.
Now, speaking of that, yesterday, I don't think this question was answered. They asked, why were you arrested? Why did they come and get you off the post office? Why did they come arrest you?
It was a false arrest warrant. They had to do something to stop our transaction because they thought we was Bonnie and Clyde. They said we don't learn how to rob the bank legally. So they we shut the whole post office down from Maine to Florida. Nobody could get paid. So they can't, Moon had dropped a $289 million lien against post office. And the problem was it was real because the supervisor at the post office was what's his name? David Lamb. Check his name out, right? And so he had hid all the paperwork we were fighting him against. He hid that paperwork in his office. So the 120 days on that $280 million lien expired. And once it expired, the Moon started writing tenders of payment. So he gave me a tender payment. I went deposit in the Atlanta Postal Union up there in Duluth. See, I said, what? I went to put it in collection. Okay, so I went up there to Duluth at the credit union and paid for them to go collect my tender. You feel me? So that shit, they just shook everybody up because they had to pay me in 15 days.
Wasn't
And
ready.
so they had arrest. They came with that false arrest on 14 days to slow the process down because now the post office was forced to pay a moon that $289 million. They want to negotiate, and I put them in a forced move because they had to pay me that $9 million. That's still collecting interest at the postal union. Still collecting interest. It ain't never left. It's just about you having your. I just didn't put that part in my collection fee yet. That's all. But that's dealing with the postal union, not the post office. Well, that $9 million there, straight up.
Thank you.
So now you see, so then when they came with the false arrest, they created somebody that they don't have no social security card, they don't have no birth certificate, and they created some guy named John O'Neill, somebody, and they say I came and embezzled $5,000 from this guy that don't exist. Okay, and that's why they came with a false arrest. So then when they got the false arrest in, then they started putting out all them negative vibes, like we were trying to steal $200 million in the post office. We was trying to restart the Nuwabian nation and all that. Shot my picture up there on all the TVs, my picture, then Chief Black Eagle picture, a moon picture under me, and Duke's pictures on the other side. They were flashing that around everywhere. And had everybody believing all that bullshit. You ain't heard that case yet? You ain't heard that case yet, have you? Only time that case got oh my god when I did that motor proprio in 22. To clear that matter up. You feel me? Once and for all. And so that's why they came to false arrest. That's why I said when I walked into court, I want to talk to whoever I need to talk to whoever this guy is. And the prosecutor stood up talking about, well, the state is here to represent that guy. And I looked at the judge, I said, so you telling me it's against me and the state now? Because I got a contract with the state, see? So I want to know why the state coming out of me with some fiction character, since she could say the state going to represent this issue now, you feel me? So, and then the judge asked her, I said, well, you got an answer for that? And she didn't have no damn answer, because he didn't exist. Then I proceeded on down the road to put my apple still in the court that day, you feel me? You know, that was a good day, you feel me?
Right.
I ain't here to play your games. So that help y'all out on that one?
Yes, thank you.
So this right here came on the market in 2021. It's been in my archives, but I brought it on the market in 2021. And I gave any of them washitars, any of them crazies out there on the market, they come and show that they got a supreme nationality over me for the United Washita that doesn't demand your nation.
Still
and you see, ain't nobody showed up. They can't.
Still waiting.
Still waiting.
We ain't waiting.
They still out there pimping their followers.
You
feel me?
We are definitely.
That's why we say RIF, riff. Reading is fundamental. So
is essential.
You feel me? Because they got people following them, they ain't read nothing. Because they go read what they write, and they be like, this shit don't even make sense.
Comprehension is null.
Exactly. Y'all good?
Excellent.
Gratitude.
I help you out?
Indeed.
Yeah, that was good. Thank you.
All right. Any more?
Nah, we straight. You got it.
All right. Next slide. 14. The largest recorded X solar flare erupted on the sun at 8.78 on the sun. Ooh, y'all see that? Boom. On the 16th, creation of the sovereign emperor. Oh, haha. Creation of sovereign imperial royal empire, parentheses, SERE, in parentheses, at 1301 Eastern Standard Time. On this day, we received our galactical name, Sovereign Imperial Royal Empire. This being the venue for the 580 million immortal fire deities for the Imperial Royal Grand Assembly. The letters SERE appeared in the colossal X solar flare eruption. How about that? Nice. That's why we in alignment, y'all. We in alignment. We give thanks. On the 20th, Abu Hadig, aka Bruce Hamilton, solar return. He was the fourth signer, or he is the fourth signer, peace and blessings upon him, the fourth signer of the constructive agreement between the state of Georgia and the Yamasee Native American. Any comments or questions?
Got you covered. So the first one, just to bring attention to our pictures, right? So this one in the corner, y'all see that failure coming off? Just imagine that hitting the earth. See that failure? That's liquid fire coming at you. You ain't doing nothing. You see? So indeed, the sun is alive and can reach out and touch your ass. Excuse my French. You feel me? No holds bar right here. So just you got to pay attention to the sun, and we see it every day how it's interacting with the emperor. You feel me? And then in this other picture, I know it may be hard to see, but the letters are here. You feel me? You got an E, you got an R, you got an E, and an S. Well, the S-E-R-E, but it ain't big enough, but it's there. And so the question now becomes to the emperor, how did you even catch this? What brought this to your attention? First and foremost, you was just looking at the X flare that had erupted and caught it. Protector, you there?
You're on mute if you're speaking.
Oh, say it again.
Speaking on the S-E-R-E, Sovereign Imperial Royal Empire. I said, what brought it to your attention, the letters?
First, the Planet Ants guy, he's part of my YouTube, circulation. And he had came out with like a 8-minute video saying about certain things going on with the sun. So, and then, he had this camera that can see things that the other cats don't see. So when I first seen it, okay, I just seen the E. And, and through my writings, you go back through the declaration, all that stuff, you see I got E's color, certain different color for a reason. So in my mind, in my universal, who I am with the immortified beings and the master, my signs come from the universe. So when I seen the E, I automatically knew that was me. They were giving me that sign that they had trained and groomed all of the immortal beings that I got let out from the nine different hell or bottomless pits. And so they had to get in line and get trained. So you see that training been going on since 28 January 2022. So now they just let me know they're ready with the E. So we was having a conversation on the call, and it brought it back to my attention. Then the next night on the call, I showed y'all what we were seeing, what I seen on the video, and then other Namas seen other, without giving all the names out.
She ain't gonna get it.
Seeing other letters in there, which we had to get bigger, and then we got all the way down to that last one, S. And your eyes had a shape to get there, and you see the S, because it said in that day and time a true sovereign's going to appear. So that makes you the sovereign. Then you had the R, which you're royal, because you got the royal bloodline. You feel me?
Always.
And then you got the E, brother. You got the E with the imperial, because you brought that. You got the E. You own that imperial house now. You feel me? And the E always for the I. Okay, I is the 9th letter, 9th bit, 9 to the 9th power 9. But you got the E, which is 4th. Okay, so that E, you got the sovereign imperial, you see?
Right.
Royal, because you the royal bloodline.
Right.
Then you got empire. So that's the title that the immortified beings gave me, or the master gave me, so I can have it on paper. Because they can never come under imperial CMYE-IRK Republic for the country of United States, that state, small s. They can't fit. That takes over the world.
Big galactic.
That takes over the world, not the universe. I want to say, we say you gonna rule the world. That's the world. That's the world you coming into. What you it's your seat. It's already in motion. And so, but now they let you know that they got their banner now, which is what? SERE. So now, but that's the universal order where we coming in, as I'm coming into my seat. My office has already got a mission. So now that office is the mission for the world. So that's why it's a mission. Why we get going over this call, probably going over every call, because you're getting better as you keep reading over and over and over again, growing into your authority and who you really is. That makes sense to you, right?
Makes sense, right?
All right. So when they get that, I put together. So we put together, and it's our journey. Cause y'all the ship. You see what I'm saying? So y'all the ship. That's why you came to you, and you all witness it yourself.
Yeah.
And that's why we docked it in at the same time we docked it in officially, and it went on the market because it's our stuff and we own it. And it's backed by the full faith and credit that's coming under your sovereign authority. So now you got a docking for your imperial royal grand assembly, which is 580 million. Feel me? The master, you know what I'm saying? The master what?
599.
And what?
999 million.
Right. So that's what you got coming. And so, and they already know. You think they ain't appeared before some of these cats? Come on, man.
Oh yeah.
Anything coming near me. You feel me? So you letting people know because you gotta give them a warning. Hope the Vatican didn't let them know. The State Department know. The UN know. Everybody know who you is. Except the masses of the people, because y'all citizens, all these people in America, they agree to be citizens of the United States. So they don't have no reason to know about me. So we have shows coming out because I'm a foreign national. We foreign national own country. Now we own the country. So we become the receivers now. Not the ascending party. We the party. You see, so that don't sit right with a lot of people who got ego characteristics like you see in the president office of the United States.
I told him I did all the work.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So in the POTUS position and all the prime minister positions around the world, see, they got it set a certain way. So you coming in, with the United States saying they're the world power. Well, everybody knows that the world power have a sovereign emperor. They acknowledge me. I don't need no organization, the IRS and all that crap these cats that he dealing with. No. So the world acknowledge me and my status. They got me on record as the Nama Emperor. You feel me? I just came and told him it's his imperial majesty, because you got the E. And now you see it's in the universe that you got the E. So they let me know they ready to dance. So whatever they got playing or whatever, they playing the plan. Everybody know that plan. But who the best planners? Y'all didn't catch them, did you?
Right. That's right.
You caught it.
You know what I'm saying? So you see me right my way, like they said I had to do. And people want to act like they want to challenge whatever. There ain't no challenge. It's a fact. You know what I'm saying? It's just the egos in America feel like their opinion means something. It don't mean nothing. You haven't even figured out how to get outside your contract you under now. You won't come and talk to me? Please. You feel me?
Yeah.
So, but I'm gonna give them a challenge so they can come to the I'm gonna give them a challenge so they can come and pay that $5,000 to the court, and they can come in there with that L and all that bullshit they got on the back of their name, that Bay, and let them come on in there and let me prove to me in the court that they are who they say they are. See?
All right.
That's all. I ain't got no problem with it. They got there woofing all mad, that's cool. I got a court for them, they can come prove that it is. They can't go in that court and do nothing. They can try to enforce the Constitution, all that bullshit that boy teaching up there in Philly. They can't do nothing. That shit been around 30 years, wasn't it? That boy started 82, 92, 2002, 2012, 20, that's 40 years. Ain't got no full faith and credit yet.
Oh.
Ain't got a leg to stand on. Just aggravating the whole system. See? They want to go in and act like the court gonna prove that they more. That's bullshit. That court can't do that. That contract they agreed to is your birth record contract. That's the only contract they agreed to. They don't have no authority to even do that for you. So you mad going in there with your feds on? I'm a more all that bullshit. Good.
It was sad.
They have that
Good.
everywhere else.
Good. I want to leave there some good capital N.
Well, before you get started,
When I got the crew, got live call going on, you know me. So, so, you know, but you know, they just got to read. That's why I say RIL, real. You know, so you got everything. It's already docket. You know, and you prove that 48 star flag is, you know, that's your jurisdiction. See, you know, you don't need to fly the red flag and green star Morocco because that's part of your. It's already part of your jurisdiction. You don't need it. Your cousins over there in Kingdom of Morocco. That's their jurisdiction. They got it docked at the UN. Is well known around the world. You feel me? King Mohammed VI got his own personal flag, and that's his thing. So you can't come over here in America and with some ego because Drew Ali fly that flag back in the 20s. All right, he did have a right to fly that flag when he was living because of his Dimasan rules. Genealogy. He had a right to fly that flag. And the 48 star flag was flying at that time, during that time. Okay. So you got a 50 star flag now. Okay. So you got to understand what that contract was going back to the gold. So the flag represents the gold. That's why a lot of people don't understand. They get mad about the rebel flag. That's all. No. The rebels, or you call them crackers or honkies, whatever, rednecks, whatever, they agreed to keep you away from the gold until the true Moors come and collect it. So I think they did a good job. Because they got all the niggas out here mad at them. That's a racist flag. They can do whatever. But that was the contract they agreed to.
About contract.
All about the contract, exactly.
All about the contract, brother. That's why you see me coming for what? You see me coming copy claiming why? So it's my damn flag. Right. I got to go.
Awesome. Now moving
forward. Get it now?
We are.
All right, we good?
Cool.
I do need another comment from you though before you.
What you got?
I want, because we have very little knowledge, you know, well, the listening audience has on our brother Abdul Habib. Give us some information about his contribution to the signing of the contract and why was he?
I think we're very instrumental in with the contract we signed back in the day. Matter of fact, I honor in your Constitution, I honor him with that. You remember the 22 other authorities I gave y'all, Ku Klux Klan Act and all that. You remember? That's how deep work. That's how deep grew me in that. And so he got, caught into the system where, you go get checked and they say you got this and that, and next thing you know, you're on dialysis and, you trying to live at the embassy and you got to pay your bills. So you got to go dialysis, get money, pay your bills, so, and them dialysis kits on the last 5 to 7 years, you know that. So, you go over 7 years, you're doing good in dialysis, you feel me? You ain't had no transplant on in the operation. So I got him at his end days. So he put everything under me. But he very intimate. That's why he on the contract. And so we honor him. He's always been on. His birthday this month. So I got pictures that's away right now, so you don't see them on the screen. I got them locked away. Don't feel like going to get them. But I haven't felt like going to get them all week. I was working on something. But through our doctoring down the road that's taught in our university, you'll see his pictures and what he did. And but that's so that's how deep. You feel me?
Thank you.
And that's what he told me. He said, I know you're gonna make sure my family get what's deserved. I said, of course I am. He said, I know it wasn't gonna get done on the other boy.
Real.
That's why he put it on me. He said, I know you're gonna get it done, but I know it ain't gonna get done on the other boy. And he lived around long enough to know. You feel me?
Yes.
So, and I'm gonna still do it. So I said, I ain't got no problem. If we get certain things done, all that little stuff gonna be straightened out through my office. Call them all, Moon family. Call them all in, everything. Tell them what they got to do to get that. Because I can't give it to them. I can't give them what they're gonna think they're gonna get to go on that side and spin. They can only get it from this side, so they gotta get the full. They gotta get full disclosure of where we at now, and that position or nationality, all that stuff open up for them if they want to take that journey. Except for that other one, except for the one that already attempted and fell off. He don't get that no more. Okay? So it's not even worth mentioning his name. But when that come out, all the rest of them, they had that one opportunity, you feel me? And that'd be like a 30-day wonder, something like that, you feel me? We ain't got time to play. They want it, come get it. Ain't got nothing to do with it. Ain't got nothing to do with me. You see, I got to catch out my own, you feel me? So that help you out? You good?
Yes, thank you.
All right, cool. Yeah.
All right. So here's a summary of our celestial occurrences in May 2024. Woo. Again, boy, we just popped off for our first year in our Nama culture with just so many beautiful occurrences in the celestials. And so we just continue on to watch the stars in the skies, know when to plant our feet, and also what are we planting? We're planting seeds, right? This is the time for planting, right? We've been planting. We're in the planting season. So this particular month, there's so much going on celestially. And so there's so much energy that is being poured into the Mother Earth. So capitalize off that with planning, get in touch, see what flowers resonate with you during this particular time. Okay. Any comments, questions about the summary of celestial occurrences in May 2024? All right. This where we are, y'all. The May full moon, known as the flower moon. Rose on Thursday, 23rd May 2024 at 9:53 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 13:53 GMT. True to its name, the full flower moon coincides with the peak of springtime when flowers are in bloom. Like the flowers, the fullness of the moon encourages us to pause and appreciate the moment. The May full moon is a time to appreciate the sweetness of spring. You can plan to venture outdoors on the nights of the 22nd and the 23rd to get the best view of the full moon. The full moon in Sagittarius is laden with optimism, leading to quests to gain knowledge and expand creativity. Sagittarius brings that fiery energy that can lead us to burn out and become overwhelmed. This fire is the fire of nature. Mother Earth is in her fullness right now. She is pushing out blooms of amazing energy, and we are all connected with the process of the manifestation energy. The Gemini sun encourages us to think logically, while the Sagittarius moon persuades us to think in a broader manner. Sagittarius symbolizes the quest for meaning and ideas that expand upon the here and now. Gemini is quite comfortable in its immediate environment or neighborhood, while Sagittarius stimulates us to venture beyond it. Make sure you take the time to figure out which plants and flowers are wanting to come through to support you in your desires right now. Flowers and plants are our allies. Nama explores ways to connect. We plant flowers that resonate with our current energy. We make flower essences and use essential oils for use in air spray, diffusers, bath, etc. Any comments or questions on that? I got my air spray.
Yeesh.
All right. So again, what's important? Um, if you look at every month, right? I'm gonna show y'all. Let me see if I can get it here. Every month, the moon goes into your sign, right? Yeah. Oh no, y'all can't see that. Well, we'll have that for you, but every month. So that's the time that you can really capitalize off energy. You got to put your foot on the ground to see what things are saying. Take their earpiece out of your ear. Just and most importantly, you shouldn't even sleep with your phone next to you or any type of devices. They shouldn't even be in your room. It's so important to keep your energy clean because it can be manipulated with these devices they have now. It's a higher level. It taps right into your nervous system. So, all right. Any comments or questions?
Yeah, you kind of answered that. The question was, what could you do to get more in sync and get away from technology, like in your immediate,
Right.
surroundings?
Get you some organites. Organites help to transmit energy. They actually have EMF things that you can actually plug in to kind of reject those EME permitters. They actually have clothes that you can wear and actually hoods, to protect you from radiation. There's so much out there. But the main thing is when you're sleeping, you have to turn off your TV. If you have a TV in your room, I would suggest unplug it. 9 times out of 10 is a smart TV. So that energy is just constantly going, constantly going. So the main thing is we have to get back into the subtle energies, right? Because that's where the magic happens, that vibration and manifestation. But if you're so bombarded with, everything electrical that's around you, you're not able to hear the electricity that's going on within you. All right. Any other questions?
No, ma'am. You got the floor.
All right. All right. On the 23rd of April, the Vienna Convention adopted the Law of Treaties, which is an international agreement that sets guidelines for treaties between sovereign states. This is the double nickel year anniversary for that. All right. And on the 29th, the Sun Man appeared on the sun in 2022. This is the 2-year anniversary. Yeah, that's still pretty spectacular. Any comments or questions?
Yeah, Protector, can you speak to the Vienna Convention of the Law of Treaties, why it's important?
Well, I'll help.
Okay.
Might not be available, but I can speak to it.
What was that again?
I was just saying, can you speak to the Vienna Convention, Law of Treaties, why it's important, or explain, treaty law a little bit?
Because treaty law is supreme law of the land. And just talk about it one. Treaty law is supreme law of the land. So that's international law. So if you got a sovereign state or republic, as they got out on the market, you say the republics. You say Iran, then also you see the Republic of Iran when the president got assassinated. So you see that republic show up all of a sudden because everything is dotted on the republic. So even the civil order that the Pope wrote, he said, "What? You got to create a republic." So that's why you see the imperial CMYE government go from the imperial CMYE government when I wrote the Constitution and elevated up to the imperial CMYE government for the republic. Not of the republic, for the republic. Because there's no republic in the United States. So you can't be of something that don't exist. So now you create the for because it don't exist because you exist. So now you are the republic. Now you own the treaties. You feel me? So now they got to prove that they're a republic. They can't. That's why President Trump, de facto, declared King Muhammad the chief commander. So he's commander-in-chief of a corporation. He made him the chief commander, which eliminated the United States ever been on that part of that treaty again. And King Muhammad VI made him a part of the Order of Muhammad. But everybody missed that, I think. I see. See, so because the United States had no more attachment to the treaty. They can't prove who they are. So they are a democracy, and they control the military right now. That's the only reason why they're still in power. Well, they don't control it. It's just the military is honoring that position because that's what they agreed to until your real republic, who we are, come to their seats. They tell you in the civil order, the government, the military swear lies to the republic, the organic American States of the Union, with the major and the American state citizen. Well, the American state citizen now who? Nominationals. See? The United States of America major is who? Imperial CMYE-IRK Republic.
Right.
For the country of United States, that state, see?
Oh, yes.
So what office run that? The IIEHU, Imperial Office for, see, not for his, that's Imperial, that's Majesty. Totally. See? So you see how it's coming in. But you growing and you manifesting it. Because it's real time. So you're gonna have all them doctors, born arrow shooters, trying to throw in and pierce your shield, and they can't get in. And they don't know what kind of protection you got because they can't get in. Now they with their nuclear arms, they can't touch you. So your energy become nuclear. So when they said that boy down in had them papers down in Mar-a-Lago, and he had nuclear information, well, you know what paper he had in, right? Some dealing with who? Me. Mm-hmm. So he can use it if he want to. Best kept secret. So as you emerging, you have treaty law, which is you can write your own way. You got treaty law, you got your own court, you got your own currency, you got everything. And it's not something to me to negotiate. There ain't no negotiation. It's something that you sit down and you have your rules and everything is set up and sought out in the best interest of you because you own the land. They on your land, it's free and proven. So the builders, because they say the corporation constitution, the democracy, it's a corporation. The banks, the international bankers run the United States. It's a corporation. See, but the corporation banks is on your land.
Right.
So now they got to come and talk to you because they on your land.
Right.
See, but they act like that seat of the president had that authority when they took it back in 1789 for March. Okay? So when they got that seat then, they stole that what they call white privilege. That was treaty rights.
Right.
See, so then they took on the white privilege, the Caucasoids became the whites, and that Ku Klux Klan, because what they were doing, stealing your privilege forever. So now around the world, they look at us as white man or white woman. In reality, they're Caucasian or Caucasoid or Tomahawk based on their record. They agree to that. But since you accept them as being white, well, you're telling them that you're sovereign. Because white period means sovereign because you got treaty rights. It came from an absolute emperor, a sovereign. That makes sense to you?
That's clarity.
So that's why you got the importance of the treaty law. Because when you do a notice of accession, okay, if you got the authority to do one, well, that authority comes from that sovereign treaty law because you got to attach yourself to a treaty that you a part of and that you own. Well, you got imperial treaties and you got imperial treaties. That's under your banner. You feel me?
Right.
And you become the what? The hold and due course over it. Why? Because you the one that what? Had the authority to open them back up.
Right.
So now they got to come prove it at whatever level, king or whatever they got in their country. Well, that king got to come and talk to an emperor now, which you can't, to prove to him that they got superiority over that treaty. That's why the de facto Queen Elizabeth in 2005, when she was at the UN, said what? There could be no more emperors.
Could be no more.
They what now, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Because if there is, we cease to exist, buddy.
You see through this. Because only a true emperor could come and raise his predecessor's flag. That's what I did with the red flag. So I go all the way back to Emperor Muhammad signing a contract in 1786. We put his seal on it.
And she said, okay, I guess I can go now.
Can't do nothing else but go.
You
feel me?
Especially when you wrote that curse. Got to get up out of here, lady.
Burn fire.
Fat lady singing.
Burn.
All righty. Thank you for that, Emperor. Any other questions?
If Emperor want to touch on the Sun Man. You want to talk about the Sun Man protector?
It sounds like his phone is in and out. So,
okay.
So this image appeared after how many days? On January 28th, 2-year anniversary. Oh, duh. It's right here, right? May 29th, 2 years ago. So this is the anniversary. And there's just so many different things that we have continued to put out that just aligns, you know, the stars are showing us, yeah, we with you.
Right. And
this was a release of the immortal fire beings. And after that release of the opening of the gates of hell, disappeared. Disappeared. So we definitely acknowledge him as the master immortal fire being. All right. And now that concludes our timeline. And now the ability to keep the earth, watch celestial occurrences, and continually evolve without measure rests in our ability as Nama Earth Keepers to exercise our innate culture and the ability to govern self on our territory under our own venue and jurisdiction. Part 3 of the live full flower moon dives into the imperial laws that govern the sovereign territory depicted below of the ECMYE-IRKR. See the link below or visit the ECMYE-IRKR Royal Registry to read along. All righty, so now we'll get into part 3 of our presentation. And while we transition to that, any questions or comments?
Yeah, real quick, back on the Sun Man. We just want to state, you know, we watched this Sun Man appear live stream. You feel me? Off of one of the satellites that watch the sun, and we watched this phoenix come out and create the symbol that you see in that Sun Man's chest. You know, we later found out in time that it was a revisitation. Sun Man came around 2013 as well, and that was the year the Constitution was put into place. So, you know, as we stated before, the sun has always been attached to the emperor. We might just be catching up, but we see it and we are witnesses to it. And I yield with that.
Okay, thank you for that. All righty. So, continuing on. The first reader. We continue on from the previous, and we ended on page 3 and continue on to page 4 of the, let's get to the beginning of the document. And again, the link, please put the link within the chat of the Zoom and as well as the YouTube. So this is the Imperial Royal Office for his Imperial-Majesty presents the Imperial and Imperial-Executive missions for the Imperial Royal Office for His Imperial-Majesty and Imperial CMYE-IRK Republic for the country of United States small s. Full colon. So this is the document that we are continuing on from. And we begin at the top of page 3. And our first reader is all right. First reader is me. Nin. Kabami Kare. Here I go. The IROHEM exists for the establishment of the formalization of state sovereignty, cultural and diplomatic relations, and is responsible for overseeing conditions and developments supporting the creation of valuable and useful opportunities for the ECMYE-IRKR. The IROHEM also provides the catalyst to construct, establish, strengthen, deepen, and broaden harmonious alliances. It shall be the overarching objective for the constructive agreements of intent, Imperial Royal Trust, Nama Nazareth's Foundation, and the ECMYE-IRKR treaties of amity, commerce, navigation, and resurrection to secure, acquire, and foster cooperation with all world governments to develop mutually beneficial economic, cultural, and scientific relationships for the ECMYE-IRKR. The Imperial Executive missions are also an acknowledgement that the IROHEM and ECMYE-IRKR has taken up their function as the autonomous government of the Americas with venue, Westphalian sovereignty, and territorial sovereignty. Pursuant to the Imperial Treaty, small t / capital T treaty rights for the, quote, Imperial Al-Moroccan Amexem / American Empire for Al-Maghrib Al-Iqsor of the ancient Empire D. Al-Moroccan for the country of United States small s in Morocco at North America, end quote. Also, ye are pure de Washita Septon, a little taint, dead from de Marquis de Masson Rouge, heir to the throne. In accordance with Emperor's directive and historical treaties dating back to the beginning of his story / our story, as recorded in the stones of Oshatan, just off the Yucatan Peninsula, and into the future in perpetuity ad infinitum, Druat. The IROHEM.
Okay, hold on. I got cut off a while ago, so let me look at my. What was I at?
The treaties, and so we had concluded that and gave some information about the Sun Man, and now we're on the mission.
Okay, so everybody got it. What I was talking about, the treaty, to make sure they got that law treaty, understand?
Yes.
Yes.
Y'all sure now? Anybody out there on the market?
There's no questions in the chat. Yeah, no questions in the chat.
Emperor, if you were saying, I'm wondering, Slim League with Magic, I'm just wondering what was the last thing you said? You're saying, did we get it? Because I didn't hear you saying anything.
Right. Well, we're like 4 slides from that.
I'm no, but one minute. I'm
right.
Shoot you. What you saying to Kelsey?
He wants to know.
I was just wondering what was the last thing you said to make sure that I got what was the last thing you were talking about that you're talking about.
Because I was explaining treaty law and how important it was about the supreme law of the land, and I was getting back to the emperor back to 1786, where I picked up his authority from, and I was making sure y'all got that part.
We did
I
indeed.
believe we heard most.
Okay. All right.
Hey,
You got that part. You all right, and the rest of them might. But as long as you got that part.
Right. He doesn't know what we didn't hear. We would have to go back to the tape to answer that question. So that's why it's a little.
All right. I was making sure who got recall, but I see we got to do the civil method some more, right? But we good. Where we at now? 2 pages down. No questions about the mission.
Well, we just started reading it.
I know. I got on. No question what y'all read so far.
We only have one paragraph. Normally we go, isn't it through the entire page, or is it every paragraph?
Every paragraph got a meaning to it, and something that's said inside it. You got drop beside it. So, you know, that's a serious, you understand what that means.
Right. Now, one of the things that's most important is because you just brought in about the treaty law. We have that double nickel anniversary. And so we actually fall under treaty rights. And so the international law or treaty, it governs how we deal with other countries. A treaty is nothing more than an agreement with a country. So if you have treaty privileges, that means you're a country that can be able to exercise certain rights for your territory. All right. So this first paragraph pretty much deepens or kind of summarize what our treaty will be about in regards to the amity, navigation, and commerce.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. Any questions?
Let me check and see.
What do the ROHUM exist as? Why do it exist?
Why does it exist?
Yeah.
To formalize the state. It's a division outside of the houses, the royal houses, to be able to exercise governance. So you want to separate your royal powers from your executive powers, and so that house accommodates that.
Anybody else?
As you say, support useful opportunities, development, right? The formalization, as our imperial minister just said, of the sovereign state, our diplomatic relations, right? You establish all of that. So now we can go out and perform those various things in the interest of the state.
That's right. As diplomats. All right. So the question in chat was something about the GAR, the GAR.
What's the
question? The GAR is the Grand Army of the Republic. That was established by the Vatican in 2014 when he wrote the civil orders to Obama. That office, so that entity was created because the Moor, me, under the Constitution that he had, that I sent him, he understood that the Moor, or the Moors, you want to look at it like that, had their seat back. So now that the Moors got his seat back, he had to surrender all the authority he had over the Moorish Empire all the way back to 1789, when they allowed the United States to inherit the white privileges. Okay.
Copy that.
So in that civil order he wrote, he said that it was high time because of the status that was on the land now, which he also clarified that the last Republican president was Abraham Lincoln. Okay. So, and that's why the GAR came in to oversee the United States of America, parentheses, major, and the American state citizens, who we was OMAD Kingdom nationals back then, okay, in 13. So, and the state was the imperial CMYE government that was written inside of the Constitution. So in his order, he let me know it had to be a republic. And he also let me know that American state citizens is the same thing as the Olmec Kingdom nationals, who are non-nationals now. So that's where the GAR came in at, to establish behind the scene the military authority over the Pentagon and the president, but until the Republic show up. So he told them 10 years ago. So within 10 years, you see we showing up. So letting you know the GAR is real. You feel me? It ain't something just on paper that people say, oh, the civil orders don't mean nothing. The civil orders are false, all that. Okay, well, whatever. Well, there is a GAR that exists, and it has a general of it. And if you want to know who that is, you need to go look it up.
All right.
You feel me? So that, you see that, how powerful that is in you in communication as a sovereign state. Now there's no club or no organization as a sovereign state. You feel me? That makes sense to you.
That makes sense.
So that office do what now? That office like liaison for you until you finish arriving to deal with the corporation United States. Makes sense? Because you can't sit at the same level. You gotta have a mediator. So now you got a mediator that the Vatican gave, because what? He didn't have no more authority over that what? The Moorish Empire. I can't take it back.
Need a liaison.
Make sense now?
That makes sense.
All right, the Marquis. Well, I explained that a couple times, but I gotta give you a quick one right quick. When the French Revolution came, they cut the King Louis XVI head off and his wife Anna Maria, and they say, you know, that the crown prince at the time, because the older brother had died, so it came down to Louis XVII. So they said in Webster's, and what they got on the media, they say he died, I think 12 in prison, whatever. But he actually came to America secretly, and he actually was courted with the Empress of the Washita Nation. So with the marriage of them two, they inherit the San Ildefonso treaties, city of Monroe, Louisiana, and all the property. So in his marriage to the Empress, the Washita Empress, he regained his nobility, but it was over here in America. Okay, so he's considered the lost dolphin. Okay, and then from him, the nation be called the first, the second, the third de Maison Rouge, meaning heir to the throne of France, because that seat 17th never got its rule, but it kept his nobility under the empress that he married into over here. So when Crown Prince dropped and gave it back full faith and credit with the contract we did, was see now it got the full faith and credit from the United States. So that title of nobility for Louis XVII, now I'm the 8th Marquis. All that's under me, because I'm the 8th Marquis, de Maison Rouge, heir to the throne of France. So you had a couple cats back in the day over there claiming they was, I think it was 08, 12, they traced the bloodlines all the way back, attempting to get an heir, but they forgot about the 17. So the 8th, that's why I'm the 8th Marquis. So there ain't no monarchy in France no more. They got a president, I think. What is that boy? Baron, okay? Baron, what's his name? You feel me? So
Macron.
Who?
Macron.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, he's president, so they don't have no monarchy no more. So that's why the Empress had to go to Spain to get the records for her bloodline, so all that stuff came out then. So that's where the Marquis come from.
Is that where the heritage rights coming out as well? Because you inherit.
Yeah, you got heritage right where you got treaty law, but you also got heritage right all the way back to the imperial E.
Copy that.
You got E and I heritage right. You feel me?
Right.
You just got your heritage now is officially, you don't have to get permission to dock your hairs, and you gotta be classified as African American. You feel me? You dock your story as nominational, and it docked under your venue for the record forever. You feel me?
Copy that. All right. We do got a couple more questions here. Can you talk about or make clear what useful opportunities are?
Say it again.
Useful opportunities.
In what? In the mission right here?
Yeah. In the first paragraph, you talked about useful opportunities.
All right, go read.
As far as you say the IIEHU exists for the establishment of the formalization of state sovereignty, culture, and diplomatic relations, and it is responsible for overseeing conditions and development, supporting the creation of valuable and useful opportunities for the ECMYE-IRKR. They want to know what was useful.
That's contracts, the intentions, useful opportunities.
Getting us water. That's a useful opportunity.
That's contract. Yeah, water, water always the first object, you feel me? But you got that inside of your intention, like I said, you feel me? Because of useful opportunities, you got intention, and what you write is already credited before waiting credit. So, you giving them useful opportunity. Everything you do, you create it yourself. The first thing is water. You feel me?
Right.
And you got land, so you can write off everything useful opportunities on your land.
Right.
So say you got to go through. You say you got to go through. What you say, Carl?
I said also the ports. That's a whole bunch of useful opportunity on
a whole lot of them.
Right. Right.
It's massive how many useful opportunities available because you have land.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we can go
natural resources and etc. Right.
Yeah, we can go all day with useful opportunities. You got land, so
that's clear.
Endless.
They help you out.
Yeah, no, that's cool.
That's a good question because you got a world audience. You feel me?
Right.
So that's why I asked questions. I said I know they got every paragraph. You got something going on. We go. That's how we get lost. Y'all go 3-4 paragraphs. I'm like, you need S1. Hey, with the level we at right now.
Right.
All right. So that tell you right here. It said like right here. It says, "Ye appear thee Washington mirror." See, that's a question. Because that's a dream that the Empress had, right? And she put it on record in Return of the Ancient Ones and said she had a dream and said whoever it was written for, she don't know. But they'll know what to do when they get it, you see? So it's written, she got it for me. You feel me? That's why you see that's why you see it in there, and you see what she taught me. See? Let me see. They say what? What's that last one? Say little tank.
Little tank.
Little tank.
Let me see. Y'all can see. Y'all can see me, right? Look, little tank.
Little tank.
Little tank. Y'all, I'm a little tank, right?
Little tank.
Right, little tank. Y'all got that right? Got a record?
Right, that's right. Just a little bit.
All right, I go back out. You see, so that's a very important situation. That's why it's underlined. You heir to the throne.
Mm-hmm.
And we
what
do
throne? The France throne. You mean the country of France? Yeah. You feel me?
You just answered the question they had in YouTube. Does that mean that you are reestablishing the French monarch?
That's right. I already have. Louis the 20th already on record.
All right. So then you got another question, Protector, unless you're going to expound some more. All right. What is meant by evolving state sovereignty?
Well, you the newest kid on the block. You feel me? Mm-hmm. So you dealing with other republics outside of the United States that's what that means. You evolving. You feel me? Because they already established you new kid on the block. So you've been stereotyped, lied upon, crucified. You know what I'm saying? So so a lot of states, republic is scared because of the contract or what they got signed with the State Department, and they constantly threaten them. You feel me? And you notice them threats ain't going over on good ears. You know, so now they see they come whatever contract intention or evolve that we're doing with other states. You are evolving state. You haven't had a state in over 4 and 30 years. A sovereign state, you feel me? They say in the Morse doctrine, the red flag, 500 years, when they cut the red flag down, you feel me? Not the Emperor's flag, just the red house, or the red house, not the flag, the house. All right, so now you own the red house, you feel me? So, but you haven't had me, I go back to my grandma, 4 and 30 years, you feel me? So my authority and my sovereignty. So then you take the Washington sovereignty and you go all the way back historical treaty. That's emperor treaties. That's how they say historical treaty. These historical, you feel me?
Right.
So you go all the way back once you attach yourself to that inherent land right or interregnum. You feel me?
Copy. Right.
Wouldn't it also be establishing imperial laws on our territory?
Of course, imperial. Well, we had imperial laws right now because in the Constitution. But after we set that record straight in a couple months, then we probably we're gonna have to have some probably imperial universal laws. You feel me? We got imperial laws on the land. We'll have imperial universal laws for the immortal beings. You feel me?
Right.
But that would be state sovereignty, ensuring what we want on our territory is acknowledged.
All right. So we got a bunch of questions now in the chat. I'm gonna go through the first one. It says, "What are the financial enterprise that the IIEHU oversee?"
But financial enterprise is dealing with the Namashi International Central Bank, and we have our own authority, and we can work with other central banks. Y'all know that's real already. All right, and then we have our Nama Global Bank, which is our international bank that we do business with everybody, and that's where we dock our accounts and everything under. And then we got the Imperial Binding Global Finance Institution. Imperial Binding Global Finance Institution, it passes through any type of bills you got to send through. That's why I say institution. And crypto, all that stuff is in that house, creation, everything. And then you got an Imperial CMYE Treasury, which is a sovereign house for the empire. And that we dock our stuff outside everybody's eyes. You feel me? So that's that's the enterprise. And then that enterprise, you have the Imperial Royal Mint that contracts prints the Nama sovereigns and Nama Tashi coins. That's part of contracting as we emerging. That makes sense to you?
That makes sense. That was good. All right.
All right.
Question in the chat is, please explain the autonomous government of the Americas status.
Well, when the Empress did her job in the 90s and got the 21593 number, that was agricultural and recognizing the Washington mirror, they dug the mine, y'all. They dug the mountains for y'all. That's what it means. As the oldest indigenous people on land. So they had the oldest nation. So when I came along, took over the E and the I, and I'm autonomous. So now we sovereign authority, autonomous. So we're autonomous, sovereign, and indigenous of land, blood right. So oldest kingdom nation on the land. And the 21593 number verifies that part of the E. Okay?
Right.
2892 number, that verified the Constitution. And the Yamasi, all that we did on the chief, but now it's all under me now. So that makes sense to everybody.
That makes sense. Foundations of statehood. That makes sense to
Right,
me.
systematized government.
Right.
All right, what else you got?
All right, so then we get to what is recorded at the stones at Yuakshitu.
Oh, that's going down to Yucatan. That's where Toph set up camp after he left Egypt. Tamaray, after him and Murdoch fought for 300 years. Their father came, Enki, came and told him that it was Murdoch's rule, and time had come, and for him to take he and his crew, masters, over to another part of the world, which actually was Yucatan. So when you go back and trace them records to the Yucatan, you go back talk about Toph. So you go to get Toph. Toph is the scribe commissioned to record every damn thing. And man, you feel me? So that's why it says Yucatan. Makes sense to you? Yucatan Peninsula.
All right. Next question. Can you explain the IIEHU and imperial autonomous mission?
Oh, you reading that now? That's what you're doing now.
That was good. Good answer.
The mission, is get an overview, is how you running your house, where you came from, who, what, when, why, where, how, and how much with us, because we have full faith and credit. All right. And then, so the question comes, okay, this who, what, when, why, where, how, if it has this sovereign authority, well, where did it come from? So then you have your constitution to verify where you came from. And now you have, or you inherit sovereign powers to address anybody who has that thought inside of your mission. But the mission lets you know which way the ship rolling and the responsibility that's I ain't gonna say that word. Delegate authority to the imperial secretariats to move the ship, like you've seen at the beginning of the show. NED, non-executive directors. These are future nationals to me. They got certain qualifications at the highest court level, highest banking level, this and that come over and sit in these seats to run certain departments or statehood that we got running. And then they coming in as NEDs just to do the job, not as, but they have opportunity to be a nominational. But that's what NEDs and NDs mean. So I think I got all that right.
Yep, you did. All right, so then the next question on here is there a difference between a contract, covenant, treaty, or agreement? If so, which one is the most important and powerful?
Well, the treaty is between two countries, but in reality, they not with a security agreement.
You want to explain security agreement?
Well, security agreement between two parties, and that party or that security agreement, like now you say your corporation that you got with an all cap name and the live being, that's party. So you come in as live being saying you got security agreement to oversee the all cap corporation. You feel me? Against all damage claim and all this and that. So when you're looking at two states coming together to sign a contract, okay, basically like, you're signing something, you don't want to violate that contract to end up on the jurisdiction of that court or the foreign state. So that's why treaties is more important, because you don't, then the contracts like democracy that the United States had to write because they didn't have no treaty rights. So they write kind of like security agreement or them type of contracts, bind, that like you see that more that de facto president with the big T. You see he always non-disclosure agreement, all that stuff he be talking about. Same type paperwork for you sign away your life in this democracy that they playing with. You feel me? So they sign them type contracts.
Right. All right, that was good.
But treaty is just letting you know you got to have land around the treaty. So you don't want to put your land up, somebody come in on your land. Trying to get me?
Yeah, yeah. And what
So
about
that's why you people stick to the treaty, and then they got international court for that. That's why they got the ICC.
right.
But you see, the United States not part of that court. Why? Because they ain't got no damn treaty right. They have democracy. Wake up.
Right.
All right, help you out.
That's cool. Do you want to touch on contract? Well,
A contract is a
covenant.
contract. You know, you do it like what you know. The whole thing about contract is riff.
Right.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? You got people coming on here want to ask me one question. They got a driver's license in their pocket, right? They ain't never read a contract. You know what I'm saying? They got a library card in their pocket, they never read a contract. They got a Social Security card in their pocket, they ain't never read a Social Security contract. They say they got a housing contract. I guarantee they never read that contract. Some of them got nice cars out there. I guarantee they never read that contract.
True.
And they don't realize what they done signed away for, you know, they done signed away, you know, their life on these contracts, marriage license, all them. You feel me?
Right. Wow. Yeah, RIF is important.
You see that contract? So contract between two parties. So if you violate the contract, you get the other party permission to oversee that contract. So you can't get mad at that contract or the bank and say, oh, you foreclosed, all this kind of crap. Feel me? I was like, you ain't read the damn contract. You told them to mail you letters every month to notify you when you were behind. And if you were behind for so many months, they can foreclose on you. You told them that in your contract. You never read it.
Right.
So how can you come out and say I'm gonna sue you for you stealing my note and all that crap? That's not the contract. No. If anything, it's a title issue now. So you got to do a title claim.
Right. Who owns the title?
Not a foreclosed document. You're supposed to do a title claim. You feel me?
Right.
But you got 1,000,001 people that send them whoop tickets. You can do the foreclosure, go up in court, act like you know something. The court just laughing at you because you helping them practice what? Color of law. That's why they get paid for. You helping them out, give them all kind of good classes.
Legalese. Copy that. All
Feel
right.
me?
Yes. All right, then.
What else you got? So that's straight there all them out.
Yeah, that's cool. You got one more. It says, can you explain consular relations?
Consular relations, when you diplomat, that's your embassy to another embassy where you have a mutual understanding. And you know, that's consular relations. So as we're moving out the MFAIC, Minister of Foreign Affairs International Corporation, that's dealing with other consulates and other embassies in foreign states for that what you just said. You feel me? Consular relations. That's what that means. All right. Even at the State Department level. You feel me?
Yeah. And
that's the only way you can operate with them, because you are foreign national in your own country.
That's pretty
good.
Yeah, that's good. That was the last question in the chat for now. I yield the floor back to our reader.
See how much came out that first paragraph? I'll tell y'all. Come on, where we at now? Second paragraph? It's get good now, right?
Right.
All right, I yield.
Okay, Assalamu alaikum and magic. I'm Miss Ray. I will continue on the second paragraph. The ROATM, Imperial and Imperial Security, ICMYESC, NAMA Financial Enterprise, MFAIC, and ECMYE-IRKR is at the developing stage of evolving state sovereignty, diplomatic and consular relations with the United States, United Nations, states, and sovereign states to develop mutually beneficial economic, cultural, and scientific relationships. Indeed, the ROATM and ECMYE-IRKR enjoy autochthon-autonomous government of the Americas status at the international, the United Nations Security Council, and the United States State Department highest level. The ROATM enjoys great autonomous and autochthon credibility on the world stage and will always be dedicated to supporting the public sector, including the development of populations through discovering conditions and developments supporting the creation of valuable and useful opportunities for internal and international cooperation with the United States, the United Nations, and the United Nations Security Council, world governments, and sovereign states, including treaty lowercase t/capital T treaty rights. Joy. Questions on paragraph 2?
Yeah, the first question we have will be, can you give us an example of what a mutually beneficial, let's say, economic relationship would look like?
Well, you got to come to agreement. You know, you're dealing with hostile, tough crowd. You know what I'm saying? Tough crowds out there. You feel me?
Right.
So so you get there. They got this arrogance about them because they an illusion of the authority that they got. You feel me? So you got the authority to oversee the FDA. So you know what I'm saying? So you come in and tell them, that ain't no school on our land here, you see. So we had to come with a mutual understanding here. You feel me? Because they can't exist on our land. You can't poison our land. You feel me? So that's what that means at them levels.
Right.
You like that, don't you?
Yeah, pretty much. All right. Can you explain the credibility that the state enjoys?
You talking about full faith and credit? You recognize as a sovereign state. You got equity back to 1774 in gold. You have silver coming in as your systematizer of your state through your nationals. So you have equity everywhere you look. You feel me? And now you open up departments to bring all that over there in America over to you, and whatever is under that birthright contract is being docked under your venue. You feel me? And now all that bonds was attached to it. That goes through the Imperial by the Global Finance Institution. You feel me? And then they set all that record straight to bring the non-nationals in to understand that contract, so that they can dock that over in an NGB, so that they got their own funding and their own international bank outside of what they're getting paid 6 figures plus in their job. So that's enough.
That's good. Can you explain the difference between a constructive agreement of an intent and just a constructive agreement?
Well, constructive agreement is you're gonna bring it up for both of you, look at it, and then you agree upon the terms. A constructive agreement of intent is meaning it's already got the full faith and credit of the emperor, whoever signing it, as backing. So the only thing they got to do is read and sign it, and then if they got some disagreements and all that, that'd be where you sit down at the round table and discuss the agreements they want to talk about and outline it so that it can move with my signature already on it. You feel me? But it can't move with it. It can't move with it if there's a disagreement. So all disagreements got to be agreed upon. You feel me?
Copy that.
Which if they bring in things through contract, it's gonna be just make the contract better. You feel me?
Right.
Ain't no problem.
All right, cool. Coming from the chat, we have who are the imperial and imperial security?
Where you see that at? Oh, you talking about up top right here? Yeah. Oh, that's your imperial indigenous marshals, your imperial regional marshals, your imperial community marshals, and now we create another one, judicial marshals, to oversee the court. And then you got the imperial guardians. Well, it's coming down to the point where you're gonna have imperial and imperial guardians that oversee the emperor's house or the IIEHU. You feel me? That's similar to Secret Service. You feel me? So that's the imperial security. Okay.
Copy that. All right, that's all we have at this moment.
And well, they should talk about the court. Our CMYE-IRK is the Imperial CMYE Supreme Small Ass Court. You feel me? That makes sense to you?
Right.
We good?
We good?
Miss Carre, you good?
Yes, we good, Emperor.
All right, let's roll.
Okay, we continue. The IIOHEM is committed to fulfilling its imperial and imperial autonomous missions of safeguarding and managing the continuous operational prosperity of the ECMYE-IRKR by working together with His-Imperial Majesty, the ECMYE-IRKR Autonomous Government, and NAMA nationals, the IROHEM will ensure that the ECMYE-IRKR Autonomous Government remains a strong, prosperous, and secure sovereign country/state for generations to come. Questions on this paragraph?
You don't have any questions at this time on this particular paragraph?
It's kind of explaining itself.
Very self-explanatory. I
Yeah.
could do.
All right, bring it up. Then come on, Ricardo, come on, bring it up. You got the screen? She step away. All right. She must have stepped away. Something going on.
What are you asking?
Move the screen up. You got control of the screen. You stepped away. Jar got it. Come on. Where we at?
Okay.
All right.
The imperial.
Bring it on up some more. All right. So come on.
The Imperial Royal House of Tunica-Thunderfire and the Imperial Royal House of Samson Hell, Samhu Ray, herewith ordained by decree and declared active and in court force. The Imperial Royal Office for His-Imperial Majesty, effective date 22nd January 2024, / notice of accession for the IROHEM and ECMYE-IRKR/IMYRS file numbers : NOARAD/2024-000000001, NOAVCLT-000000002, NOACRTAP-000000003, NOAC-000000004, quote, retroactive to Imperial and Imperial Executive Missions, effective date 3 December 2023 to 31st August 2023 / notice of appointment, in parentheses, amendment, and Imperial CMYE-IRK Republic for the country of United States, s, effective date 28 June 2023 to effective date 8 January 2023, in parentheses, Imperial and Imperial Royal Diplomatic Decree to effective date 21 June 2022, in parentheses, Royal Public Notice and Royal Press Release to the world, to effective date 18 March 2022, in parentheses, Imperial Motu Proprio / Official Royal Decree / Public Notice to the world, in parentheses, end quote, in harmony with the Be It Decreed - Equity Contracts, space, Emperor's Directive -004Z lowercase a / Imperial Constitution for the Imperial Royal Kingdom, in parentheses, ECIRK, via Emperor's Directive -004Z, effective dates 4 April 2014, per 3 April 2013, / Imperial Constitution of the Continental Moorish Yamasee Empire, in parentheses, ICCMYE, to Emperor's Directive -003Z, space, notification of diplomatic arrival, Notice of apostille and official act dash correction. Notice of apostille and official dash act of state. Effective date 9 April 2009 to Emperor's Directive dash 0001 in parenthesis CMYE USA small u / USA all caps colon 2 effective date 18 July 2007 to effective date 4 March 2004 / claim dash of dash z dash life in parenthesis CL 2 effective date 11 February 2004 / United States of America State Department in parentheses minor dash apostille verification numbers colon space 04010010 and 04010001. That should be a dash one. 10-1 that completes colon. So the aegis of the Treaty of Berne and Constitution of the Universal Postal Union, effective date 30 September 2003, quote, retroactive to 9th October 1874, end quote, colon, to effective date 20 June 2003, / the state of Georgia, in parentheses major, dash apostille verification, colon, space, 5604B, USA all caps, colon 2, effective date 13 June 2003, in parentheses, Yamasee Mer nationality dash YM, colon 2, effective date 9 May 2003, in parentheses, Washita Mer nationality dash WM, colon pursuant to, quote, sovereign state, end quote, the Yamasee Native American government via, quote, Mount Arafat Embassy dash UN all caps, colon, space, 208-1992, USA small u / USA all caps, effective date 19 June 2003, colon, in harmony with the sovereign state, quote, United Washita D-Dogdemania-UN all caps colon space 215-1993 USA small u / USA all caps effective date 20 March 2003 colon to effective date 28 January 1837 / Treaty of September 16, 1836 colon pursuant to the Constitution for the United States of America, USA small u, effective date 17 September 1787, colon, to the Treaty of Peace and Friendship, effective date 18 July 1787, quote, retroactive to 23 June 1786, end quote, colon, to treaties of Utrecht, effective year 1713, colon, also in accordance with the Emperor's directives and historical treaties dating back to the beginning of history / our dash story as recorded in the stone at Washington, just off the Yucatan Peninsula and into the future in perpetuity at infinitum. Joy dash joy. Yeesh. Questions?
Okay, on that. Okay, right here you said the Constitution for the United Small U States of America. Make sure they get that straight, okay? That's cool. And this is a fact, y'all, that anybody question that they talking out there knowing now, that one paragraph shuts them all down. You feel me? Now, what question you got for me?
Well, the first one would be the difference between the United States Post Office or the Post Office and the Universal Postal Union. The functions of them and the differences.
Well, with the contract that was agreed upon between Kufu Renew, Zisa Absendale, of and for the embassy, Native American government via manufacturing embassy. That contract was violated when they did a false arrest. Okay, because they wanted to get out that contract. See, because Atlanta was doing things that the DC didn't know about, but they didn't know we were sending documents to DC as we were sending it down. So the post office want to get out by all means necessary. That's why that false arrest, part of that false arrest. Okay, so because they realized they stepped on a sovereign. So the postal service that you got employed by, Darius Todd Sampson got employed by, well, that's the in debt corporation, all cap. When they violated you and they realized you were a sovereign from a foreign state, well, now their sovereignty of the post office is in jeopardy because they don't have no plates on their car. They self-insured, and you can't beat the post office because you can't prove sovereignty over them. Well, now they have encroached upon a sovereign within their jurisdiction, and that's sovereign. That's why they had to win that case by all means necessary. You see, they lost that case, right?
Right.
Emperor also
So when they lost that case, they lost their sovereignty. Okay, you got me?
Got you.
So that's why you have that bill like they got to pay. So by them losing that case, that attached you to the Treaty of Berne and the Constitution of the Universal Postal Union because of their status in the world as sovereign. You know, the United States Postal Service got a board of governors. So officially, we got 2 seats up there, which we got to take care of, because I got a seat, Khufu Ranu, Khufu Ranu, Zudak, Sampson, they all got a seat. And then Amun Raphael got a seat. David taught us all that. You feel me?
Right.
So, that's why it's already been proven. So when they lost that case, well, that's what got us attached to that treaty. So now you got treaty law, and you were talking about all the treaties with the imperial. You got another treaty you standing on, the Treaty of Berne, because you attached to that treaty now, based on the full faith and credit you got, and the sovereignty you got when the post office lost that case. Can I help you out now? You like that one, though?
Yeah, that's good. Imperial Minister, you were making a statement.
Yes, thank you.
I ain't heard about it.
I also wanted to mention that it was the DeKalb County sheriffs that actually came upon the postal prophecy, showing how hard they tried to hide it and didn't understand what sovereignty was by even allowing that type of jurisdiction into the post office to begin with.
Well, no, that's true. But the main thing is that when you sign a contract at the post office, your contract says that the union represents you. That's why they want you to join. And postal inspectors will investigate anything. And then you have the United States Marshals who will join the postal inspectors to arrest for any violations to be able to bring them in federal jurisdiction. You feel me? So when they allowed DeKalb County into postal jurisdiction in Gwinnett County, well, they violated all treaty, all contract. You feel me? That's why DeKalb County doing their best to get out of it. As soon as they found out that judgment was real, you feel me? Then they had to play the role, once that ship get going, they got to finish it out,
Right.
So now they know they're wrong, but their arrogance said, what? We still gonna win, you feel me?
Right.
But that's when that magic came in, and that was a part of my journey. We found out, right?
Right.
So now we got what? We got posts. That's why you got his Imperial Magic Royal Post.
Right.
That's exactly that's from that. That's what you conquer when you won the case. You like them, don't you?
Yes. Appreciate that.
Now they got to come before your court, but that's why they fighting for. And Trump brought that boy in. The fact though, Trump brought that boy in that's in there now, DeJoy. He out of Greensboro, North Carolina. And he came in shaking up the post office, and now they get ready to get rid of him. He done messed up the whole post office. He's trying to privatize it. He's trying to privatize a sovereign. It's a sovereign entity. So even though he controlled that trucking company out there, he part of that trucking company. What is that trucking company? What was that trucking company? Kind of like on UPS and all them, where they knew we just passed in the road. Huh?
You said they what?
They kind of like UPS and FedEx on double trailer. You see them on there all the time out there on the road. They're white trucks. Or what's the name of that company?
Not
DHL. No, not DHL. No, not DHL. They yellow. They white. It'll come to in a minute. But that postmaster is a part of that company, and he's supposed to release all ties to that company when he became postmaster general. And what I hear, they didn't. So you got to see how he turned the post office around, you know, and all this shutting all these plants down and all that stuff. And the mail is slow the mail up. So, you know, you got to get, you know, so he got all that confusion going on. But behind the scene, they got to pay that debt they owe to the sovereign. And it's growing daily.
All right.
When Trump was in office, they were trying to get out. They were trying to leave the postal union. They were trying to get outside the postal union. See if they trying, right? Because of that debt they owe. They want to become independent outside the union. Interesting, right? So you see how mad this boy Trump was. He trying to be a king. He trying to take the post office out the postal union. Nobody said nothing about that.
Yeah, what would have happened if he took the post office outside of the postal union?
Oh, I couldn't even. The fallout. My gracious, you have a postal union Congress that meet every 4 years. You feel me? So when you go to that Congress, you don't hear publicize anything. You hear me? When they go to this Congress, they become administrators. So whether they are prime minister or president or judge or whoever, when they go to that Congress, all of them take off them titles and they come in as administrators only. You feel me? So you see, so him getting rid of that and the treaty of Bern, you know, so that let you know they ain't had no treaty because you just can't separate from no damn treaty.
Right.
So if they ain't got no treaty, you see, things make you go,
Right. Interesting. All right.
So let's give you that whole track where I came from, and go all the way back to the beginning of time, all the way up to where you at now, and now you keep going. That makes sense to you.
That makes a lot of sense.
You see? So you just tell everybody out on the market, ain't no problem. Just show who you are, like me. You feel me?
Right.
All that's proven. You feel me?
Copy that. Got one more question. Mount Arafat Embassy. How did the creation come about? What was the purpose of it?
That was Chief Black, de facto Chief Black Hawk, and him being the head of Philly back in the day when he got that charter, and then he created that embassy in 03 March from the Holy Tabernacle Ministry, stepping away from that, and then working with Prince Bay with the Washita cousins, creating that treaty, and then creating a state. And so we created a state that created Washita State too. So we gave them the same thing we got to get that signature. You feel me?
Right.
So the embassy got put on the shelf because he supposed to wrote it as CMYE-IRK embassy. He wrote it as CMYE-IRK, who was a leader of the Palestinian leader organization. So the chief said, making them type of mistakes, you could never step on the world scene making them type of mistakes. So he made him a clan chief forever. So that's when that CMYE-IRK embassy clan came from. But by him being locked up and got authority to run the state, but not fully understanding how to run authority, clan stepped in as the overseer of the government because we created a damn contract. And he's the chief, but he couldn't operate the chief as a custodian no more. He can only operate as a clan chief. Now he got a non-resident alien 501c3 number, whatever IRS number, so that he did the same thing Joe did, what the Empress said about the Washita. He gave it back to the state, to the United States. So he never understood anything about the full faith and credit or how to be a sovereign. Because when I talked to him in 14 back then, he said, Khufu, if he, Khufu, I know I didn't, I know I didn't use all the authority that I know I got. No, you talking to the wrong one, Naga. You feel me? You didn't use it because you didn't know you had it. You didn't understand the contract. You feel me? You want to operate the contract is what you understood about full faith and credit. You don't understand nothing what I see. To go back and change it to non-resident alien. Come on, bro. Who want to be a non-resident alien? So everybody on this supposed to feel like WA beings. You feel me?
Right.
So that's just to control people. Then you got people coming on, signing on, and getting charters so they can operate and get their own ID, this and that, but they ain't got no privilege to do nothing. We get a nice looking ID. You go into the library. That's it. Now, riding around with plates on their car with no insurance don't make no damn sense to me. You feel me?
Right.
Just because they got plates on, no insurance, but something happened, I guarantee the state ain't gonna pay for it.
Right.
You feel me? So I'm looking. That's why he told me that crap. I said, "What? They didn't give you no bank? What you mean? Yeah, they gave you plates. They didn't give you no bank." I said, "Well, they gave you plates to keep you out their court because their judges can't rule on your contract or they be disbarred. So best way to do it, keep you out their court, right?"
Right.
That was new news to him. He thought he was doing something going up in that court. I'm like, why?
Right. On venue.
Why you going up in that court arguing what? About what? I'm like, it's how long you been doing this? You know how long you been doing the Khufu? Like, you just make yourself look like a fool. Why you say that? Because the judges already know they can't step on that contract. They be disbarred. Duh. You feel me?
Right. So you're in there arguing a moot point.
They got to dismiss the case anyway. So you go tell the people, we won. Get some more do-re-mi, right? Shame, man. I go empower you said, shine. For those who remember going, that's Andy Griffin, you don't remember that, you ain't old here. Come on.
Right. I'm gonna read the questions in the chat, but I'm gonna yield the screen back to our host. All right. So the first question in the chat: does the ECMYE-IRKR have an equivalent to the Foreign Minister Anthony Blinken of the United States of America? If so, would you both relate when both are on the same land?
Hold on. You can't get there. You got if so. You got to get. I got to answer the question before you get if so.
Okay, my bad.
So what was the question again?
Does the ECMYE-IRKR have an equivalent to the Foreign Minister Anthony Blinken of the United States of America?
Does it have a what?
Equivalent.
Of course we do. Or and it's heavier because you on the land. Of course we got equivalent, but that's a template that the State Department used to govern their the mission. That's just a template. So right. You have your own mission.
Right.
All right. So come on.
And just for the record, he is the Secretary of State. He's not a foreign minister. That's not his title anyway. All right, and then so the next question.
Well, he called the Secretary of State a foreign minister. I ain't catch that one either.
Yeah.
And make sure they got it Secretary of State because they're saying a foreign minister.
Right.
All right, come on.
Okay. All right, so the next question. Please explain.
Hold on. You got to finish that. He said, if so.
If so, how would you both relate when both are on the same land?
Well, that's outside of this call. That's what you're doing. Your diplomatic note. You're on the ship. You'll know. That's not up for debate or conversation because you're not on the ship. That's something you deal with the State Department, whoever you deal with, and Minister of Foreign Affairs office. That's state to state, so it ain't for this call. All right, what else you got?
That was a good answer, though. All right, please explain the Imperial Royal House of Tunica - Thunderfire And the Imperial Royal House of Samson L. Sam Hooray.
We did that on last night call. But I
Yeah.
do it again. Tunica is go through the Demon Song Road. Okay, you go all the way down to the Turners, brother. And you go by the Henry Turner. That's the bloodline, Demon Song Road. First, second, third, fourth Demon Song Road. Joel Lee, peace be upon him, with the fifth Demon Song Road. So that goes back to that with the Imperial, with the E and Tunica. And by me being who I am, nationalized and owning the Watchtower and the royal seats under my house, it says Dash Thunderfire because I'm nationalized as Chief Maku Thunderfire. So that's the head horse. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
You can't get no higher than that head of state. You feel me? So you own it. So that's where that royal house come from. Imperial Royal House of Samson L. Dash Samurai Samson L is my royal name that I came up with. Samson L that I established the contract with. So I established my own royal house. And then it says Sam Hooray, which is my Universal Galactical family that I'm attached to. So it's part of that royal house. You feel me?
Right.
So you see how that came along and grew all them years to when under that royal house, you got to walk Imperial Dash Royal, Grand Assembly. You feel me?
Right.
So you see how everything I wrote is came to volition. You feel me?
Right.
All right. So that answer that question.
Yeah, that was good.
All right, come on.
All right, so the next one is, what is the aegis of the Treaty of Berne?
Y'all gonna answer that. You gotta explain what an aegis is.
The word aegis means protection. So under the Treaty of Berne, it presents certain protections that you fall under, being that you're attached to the treaty.
Right, but you got to give them defining. You got to define the words. That's I'm saying definition, right? So they can put it in chat so they can get an understanding of it, right?
Okay.
Y'all should know that. Y'all got that right.
Yeah, we got that. Somebody put it in chat for you. But like I said, aegis means under the protection of.
You see the way I write it, from the protection, they have what? They have to perform, or they don't exist. Okay.
Right.
All right. So you got it in chat. What you got?
Aegis, protection. One, protection. Well, aegis. Aegis. Now.
Aegis.
Aegis. Thank you, Bacab. Aegis. All right, so Aegis. Noun, protection. One, protection. Two, quote, a child whose welfare is not under the aegis of the courts. 3, sponsorship. Patronage. 4, quote, a concert held under the aegis of the Parents Association, end quote. 5, guardian, direction, or control. Aegis. And we go with 1, protection.
So you say so under that Constitution, you attach to that Berne Treaty, they have to do all that you just said. That's why you put it in there, the aegis of the Constitution. You feel me? Treaty of Berne. So you attach to that treaty. Then you got under the UN say privileges and immunities of mission of non-party to the Vienna Convention. You feel me?
Right.
So you got that. Now you understand what that means, right?
Yes.
So you see how powerful my mission is, right?
Mm-hmm. For sure.
So you got mission. So you got privilege and immunity of your mission that you're reading right now on the UN level, on the whole world level. You feel me? It's about you just getting out and talking to whatever state you want to talk to, on whatever you got to deal with and how to move your state. That makes sense to you now? Or
That's
better sense?
Sensible and clear. All right. Let's go to the next one. Hold on. How far back do the retroactive appointments for the IRO-HEM-IRKR and the ECMYE-IRKR extend?
How far what?
Do the retroactives appointments. So it says
whenever date you put it on. So for instance, if I say you got certificate of good standing retroactive back to a certain day because you have done good for a whole year. You feel me? So that's what you're doing. You know, if you know, if you sign something in and it got might be a couple months later, you retroactive back to when it originated, but that person or that national didn't get the paperwork until 3-4 months later when they graduated up to it. So when they sign in, you say retroactive back to the day that they started or the Constitution started or whatever it is, decree or whatever, for them to it's like from then to now. You feel me? Like then as it is now. You feel me? So that makes sense to you.
That's clear. All right, so we move on. All right, so can you explain, and it's 2 parts, well, we're going to combine these. Please explain the official act of state and notice of appointment, apostasy.
Oh, well, the official act of state was that you had an appointment and you gave them a act of state, meaning you had a state that was established and formed. So that's why you sent out the act of state. So some say I sent it out too quick. No, I sent it out to say the government and what I done with the CMYE, that's IRK, let's say the CMYE back then, and the Royal House. So if the chief would have did what he had to do, because people try to steal the CMYE, all kind of stuff back then. So we secured it until the chief come. So when he didn't show up, okay, through my authority as a sovereign crown prince, I was able to save both states, the United Washington Authority of the Money and the Amnesty Native American Government Bureau of Manufacturing Embassy, because of my sovereign status, because they advocated their seats. You feel me?
Feel you. Since you just brought this up, because you said you went y'all to save him, right? So that just brings me back to the journey of when you went to court and y'all brought the apostilles from, had his clothes with him and everything, but y'all couldn't speak to him. Right,
because he was officially recognized on record at the highest level of Georgia, the governor, as being the chief of a sovereign state. You know what I'm saying? My government Bureau of Manufacturing Embassy. So I don't think we went in there to get him. You know what I'm saying? So they wanted him to stay in there, the white guy. We don't know who that guy is. He don't exist to us. Mm-hmm. And so we went because he's on record as the chief of a sovereign state. So when the judge Lawson told that attorney that he couldn't drop that document in the court, and if he did, he would never practice in attorney, or I can't say practice law, but practice law in the state of Georgia. Then he said, hell, in the United States, if you drop that document in this court, because then the court, same thing I did. See how powerful what I did? So the court would have to recognize that he was official chief on record. That didn't happen until I said the motu proprio, remember? Mm-hmm. See, all that, that's why you see he got the privileges he got now, why he's sitting down. You feel me? Because they finally realized that what I was saying is true, that he was officially a chief of a sovereign state. That boy down in Georgia, de facto, he made the UN and Mexico and all them believe he was the damn chief. No. So because of who gonna come and dethrone him. So when I came to motu proprio March 2022, I dethroned everybody to prove that this brother is on record as the chief of a sovereign state. You see his whole condition changing that maximum, supermax.
Can't prove. Oh, right.
You got proof coming from his followers. You feel me?
Right.
They don't understand. They think they did it. Them crazy, knowing them. But anyway, that's officially on record because he's part of the mailing list. Why? I'm talking about him as a chief inside of the government. So that's why I sent it to him. But I didn't just send it to him. I sent it to his boss, the warden, and to the Secretary of State. Let him know I sent it to the warden, and let him know what. That's my property. That's our property.
Right.
He's a former chief of a sovereign state. That's property of a sovereign state. All his clothes, everything. But them cats don't want to get it. You feel me?
No, they don't. That's okay.
But that's why you say he got followers. You feel me? And he got what? Leaders. So them all the followers and everybody getting them. That's they following them to whatever hell they going to. But they ain't got nothing else. That's why I told y'all the other day. I'm like, Look at the world, man. These cats claim to be Muslim, ain't no damn thing. They ain't no religion in them. They don't believe in Allah. They don't believe in nothing. You feel me? They claim they do, but they don't believe in Allah. You know, they don't learn how to speak Arabic or nothing. You got these Christians claiming to be a damn Christian, don't speak the language. Mm-hmm. They can't even tell you who the 7 Allahums is. You feel me? So they say they're Christian, they can't tell you that much. That little stuff, you feel me? So you look at this madness out here in the world, and they mad at you for us, for what we're doing, but they ain't got nothing to hold on. They ain't got a leg to hold on. You feel me? You know, so they don't believe in these gods, deity they claim. It's all a front. They get up and dance on Sunday because they didn't go out to the club on Friday, Saturday night. So you come in on Sunday and do all that shouting and jumping like they ignorant as hell, you know, and they ain't got no word to do nothing. It's just the biggest crap you ever seen. You feel me? So it's all going down the drain. You feel me? You know, so you know, just wake up. Because that's why I said it's gonna burn up, it's gonna dissipate. Because these cats ain't got no belief in no Jesus and all that crap that they claim. They play. That's why they keep saying all the time, "Thank you, Jesus. I'm in the world of Jesus. In the world of Jesus, I do this and that." I'm like, who the fuck are you?
Right.
You feel me? You know, so they get certification to preach through the 501c3. They get permission from their God, the Queen, or the Royal House, or the IRS, and they get out there talking that noise. Ain't got no salvation, none of that crap. You know what I mean? You know, so it's just a tough crowd, man. You know.
Very tough. All right, that was good. All right, so we got another one for you. A lot of Black people, because of their rich history, have been exclaiming their sovereignty. But are they truly sovereign? If not, why might they not be?
Well, the contract you sign don't make you attached to the land. You keep running from the contract you sign. The contract of birth certificate is a corporation contract. They make you sign as a live being, so that make you sign that contract in fraud. So by them being the biggest fraudsters, you know, how can you prove fraud in their court? You feel me?
Yeah.
So you got to get outside that contract. So if you got any debates going on in your Senate or whatever level, your government level, in your states, where you should be getting your representatives to start talking about that Burberry contract, so that you can get control. Because the Pope already wrote it in the Civil Order for them to straighten your contract. That's what you're talking about.
Right.
They told them by the 13 to bring you into and straighten up that order. They chose to write a shell company to keep you in slavery. So you can't get mad at us what we saying or what we doing, what we got. Pope already cleaned his hands when he came in and gave me back our seat. So that's why he said all acts. Acts, remember? Civil rights act, all the acts, right? He said when that republic appear, all acts would be dissolved.
Null and void.
And he said if they don't pay that sovereign republic what they need to pay, he's gonna shut down the IMF and the World Bank. Because of the debt they owed us. You feel me? So that's what we at. We at that, we close to that level you'll bleed, you know. So we keep them doors closed, you do, because we ain't got time for all these fugaroos, you feel me?
Bag ladies. Yeah.
Bag
people, I'll take that back. I'm sorry, Nance. I will take that back. Bag people. People in general. Not because I said bag ladies, you know, that's just, but no, that's incorrect. Bag people. There's many these bags. Yeah.
It's fugaroos. They agree to a contract. They don't understand it, you know. And then go to hell, believing they're going to heaven, you know. But they got a straight hell coming to them.
Times 3.
They want to keep shouting like they're going to heaven and make them feel good when they're out here raising all this hell. But ain't nobody listening to that crap. When death comes, he part of the light. He already got instructions where to send your ass. You ain't coming back around no damn more. Them days over. You know, them days ended in 66, man. Everybody forgot. So there must have been a lot of assholes that came through this planet. You feel me? You got 300 million in America, 8 billion around the world. This is, you know what I'm saying? Like there were a lot of, you know, so we had to clean the house so we got a row house we setting up that's supposed to be set up. And look at all the mess they done. So they gotta sit, they gotta burn. This is the Jir fire. Remember they came and told me in the water, I told you, shit, time 3. You angry? Time 3. You told them in 22 what you did. You told them how long it was. They still playing games. You feel me? So now you up at the 3. You know, and I'm sticking at 2 million souls a day. You don't make it mad to go to 5 or 3, but I'm gonna keep moving this ship, okay?
Right.
You know, these cats they don't realize what's going on, but I'm coming to my seat. Said world rule, and you got the dead following you, working for you. You got immortal spiritual beings, 5 beings working with you. So you just got to finish developing. Y'all on the ship, and y'all be developing, and you're learning that everything's been said is real to the real.
True.
And they say factology, right?
True.
True.
Right.
Hot, fiery, flaming facts.
Yeesh.
For sure. Hot, fiery, flaming facts. Yes, indeed.
And you get your verification from the universe, the sun. You got a smiling face. You got the sun man. All that happening in your time. And now you got them. You got your beings. Are they ready? And y'all dealing with mortified beings. So all that future you thinking about, keep thinking.
Hot, fiery, flaming. Whew. I got one more.
It's about your soul now.
Right.
So the earth is getting rid of you. You feel me? The earth is tired of you. You know, you want to shoot nuclear weapons and destroy the land, they're gonna get rid of all of you. It's already in motion. Because they got normal earth keepers here now, and we represent earth.
Right.
Tiamat, Ta, what's your name make you feel good? Without fear or favor, right?
Without fear or favor.
You done line yourself back up, thanks to, you know, with the energy Kamamika put into that work she did with the 1328. Perfect. You tying yourself in. You feel me? Now, if you live in that, your whole system changed.
Right.
Your whole RNA DNA changed. You feel me? You don't think about what y'all talked about today. So we should build us a mansion, a mansion under the water, so we can live down there for a year, right?
That would be dope. That would be so freaking dope.
That's type wealth we got. That's what I'm saying. Let's bring it to the table. Let's move.
That's what's up.
And you reverse your age 30 years. I bet you everybody was trying to attempt to get down there.
For real.
And that's instantaneous. That ain't nothing that's gonna wait 5 years. That's something we can do within a year, going into the next year. It's our time to rule. So we set it what we want to set it. We got our own funding. We ain't got to go for Congress and beg no banks for nothing.
Right.
You got equity on $100 million in gold. You got equity on the silver you brought into the empire. That's all equity. You can write off that stuff every day.
Right.
Call normal bonds, whichever one you want. You got equity. You got treasury bonds out there ain't got no backing.
Right.
None.
The air.
That's why you see China and them getting rid of. They ain't got nothing.
Drop them like hot fries, buddy.
If you don't need it, we're gonna put sanctions on you. We're gonna sanction. Now they want to sanction ICC, right?
That is the most craziest comment I've heard to date. You gonna sanction the ICC?
And they not even part of the ICC, but they gonna sanction.
Sanction them. That didn't make no sense. I was laughing about that one.
Hey, you talking about some spoiled rats, right?
Hey, that's a temper tantrum, right? Temper tantrum, like a little child throwing a temper tantrum. You can't get no candy. Like, whoa, it's wild.
So what page we on?
We on page 5 at the top.
No, we can't be on page 5. We went through it. I know we page 5 of the mission.
Yeah, we on page 5 at the top of page 5.
All right, we gotta finish this next month.
All right.
I mean, that's good. Y'all going into it. That's fine. Timeline cool. You feel me? So we get 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 out next month. I tell you what, let's get that out first, then we go through the monthly breed, right?
Yes.
We're gonna flip it next month. We're gonna get the mission out of the way. And then we're gonna come back and do the full moon read, right?
Yeah, cool.
All right, that way everybody we got the docs and everybody it'd be good. The rest of that gonna be very interesting. So yeah, that'd be good for next month. Sun cycle coming in is June 21st. Is the summer solstice. Summer equinox, right?
Summer solstice.
Summer solstice, right?
So it's actually the solstice, and the full moon comes in on the 21st. So
really,
yeah. So June 20th, mark your calendars for our event, for our next celebration continuation.
Oh yeah, 21st, 22nd. I got them 2 2s in there. Oh, y'all better get ready.
2 2.
All right, so let's do that. Okay, that makes sense to everybody.
That makes sense.
Makes sense.
And I yield the floor back
If
to
there ain't
y'all.
no questions, there ain't no questions, anything, we can end this.
All right, I yield the floor back to our gracious host, our current minister. You have the floor.
Thank you. Thank you. And we like to thank all. We like to thank everyone that in our listening audience for joining us today as we continue showcasing our imperial CMYE-IRK Republic, our sovereign state, as well as joining us as we celebrate our Nama culture. The celebration continues 20 June 2024. And of course, thank you, our universal traveler, dweller-emperor, Samhu, Amini-Ray, quote, Adeloyi, end quote. We gratitude again for your attention. And we leave you as we
attention or attend in.
Attention and attendance.
All right, come on.
Attention and attendance. And also thank those in the backgrounds that have assisted as well. And in our YouTube land, again, gratitude. We leave you as we greet you. Salam alaikum with magic. May the dweller be with you, divine peace.
Salam alaikum
with magic.
Salam alaikum with magic.
Salam alaikum with magic.
Salam alaikum with magic.
Know thyself.
Salam alaikum with magic.
with magic.
Come on, Jetty. Come on, Jetty. I know you got it for me. Come on. Where Jetty at?
And may you continue to be a universal traveler, dweller-emperor, Samhu, Amini-Ray, quote, Adeloyi, end quote, divine being. Know thyself.
Rocket, my Geddes. Rocket, my Geddes.
All right.
Yes.